Good evening, everyone! I hope you're all having a wonderful evening tonight. Special welcome to 19 for getting in first and claiming the best seat in the house. But as always, a wonderful evening to everyone in the mad tonight. Cyberknight Proto and anyone else that might be lurking out there tonight. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. I'm doing very well, and I certainly didn't forget to unmute my microphone. That's really embarrassing. It's been a hot minute since I last forget to unmute myself. And I always manage to forget something when we're starting a stream, without fail. It's just most of the time the thing I forget isn't something that makes a difference. So you don't notice it. Whoops. Please ignore that. I hope you're all doing very well though. Welcome in, of course. I am looking forward to getting into some Ripto's Rage tonight, getting into this game and finishing it off. I've been having a real blast with this, with the Spyro series, honestly. It's a series that I don't have, like, a huge amount of nostalgia for. Like, I am nostalgic for it, but I was definitely much more of a Crash Bandicoot girl back in the day rather than Spyro. So, it's weird going back to this game, like, right away after playing Crash Bandicoot and finding that, actually, Spyro's really good. I remember enjoying this less than I am, frankly, and honestly, that's not a bad thing. Like, it's kind of nice to find that a game that I thought I liked okay, I actually like a lot more than I thought I did. I mean, have you guys ever had that in the past where you've replayed something? Oh, what you got there, Nighty? Today I went to an Italian restaurant to pick up my order, and my 1 week is waiting for me outside the restaurant. Girl Scout cookies. I want to experience Girl Scout cookies. They are not a thing over here. We do not have Girl Scout cookies over here. In fact, we don't even have Girl Scouts over here. It's kind of crazy. It's, we have Boy Scouts, and we have a organization that is kind of like Girl Scouts. They call them brownies, but they don't do cookies. Imagine playing mid-PlayStation and not chat Nintendo and getting scared by the piano. I did have a Nintendo 64 back in the day. The problem I had, though, with the N64 was I couldn't find games for it. Like, you know, back in the day when, like, the PlayStation 1 and the N64 were the relevant consoles, you know, this was pre-internet era, you know. If you wanted to buy a game, you had to go into a shop, hope they had it, or you'd have to like buy it with like a phone in the catalog or something. And for whatever reason, maybe it was just a unique issue where I live, but N64 games were way hard to find. I don't know if it's maybe just the case that the N64 cartridges took up a lot more space on the shelves. You know, if you compare like an N64 box compared to a PlayStation box, you can fit a lot more PlayStation games on a shelf than N64 games. Another European side L. Yeah, unfortunately very common European L. I was actually looking at maybe getting some more model kits, and there's some really nice ones I found. The problem is, all the ones I found are like in America. And like, I could order them. That ordering from America isn't a problem. The problem is the postage. Especially because some of these like pretty large kits. The postage to ship it all the way here is going to add like another $20 on right off the bat. It's just like, shipping is a bitch. It sure is. It sure is. I was like, look, me and my cousin a pack of Pokemon cards for each of us at our local dollar store. For an illustrator rare card. Heck yeah, awesome. Hell yes. Glad you get some good pulls for yourself. I haven't done any pack openings in a while. I did like a couple of random packs of, what's the set called? My local supermarket has had some just random copies of Valiant Smashers, but didn't get anything really relevant out of that. Just a bunch of garbage, frankly, which is nothing if not on brand for my terrible, terrible luck. That's okay though. On the plus side, the new set has the new Gate Guardian stuff, and that stuff's a common. So that will be like maybe £2, and that'll get me a whole playset. Side sets are always trash. I'll be real with you, Stratos, I don't know how to tell the difference. I don't know how to tell which ones are the side sets and which ones are the main sets. Chris, hello Chris! Wishing you good luck. Thank you, always a pleasure. You have a wonderful evening. Glad to see you. Well, pardon me a little bit, guys. I'm ever so slightly congested right now. I think my vents are just ever so slightly blocked. It's not going to be a problem. I don't know what it is. I've kind of had like a little bit of a blockage for like the past day or so. Nothing serious. I feel fine. Might just have to go and give him a good blowout later. Not on stream though, definitely not. That's very unpleasant. So this only come with 2 packs and I have like 5 cards instead of 9. Oh, I see. I think this one... Didn't Valiant Smashers have, I thought thought Planet Smashers was a main set. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not particularly knowledgeable when it comes to product. Always do my best to support even on busy days. Oh, well, Chris, thank you. I always appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know when it comes to the old sets. I'm not very knowledgeable. What I am knowledgeable about, though, exciting news. I already shared this in the Discord, but just in case anyone somehow... Oh, Yomi, hi, Yomi. I'm going to read your stream as well. In fact, you know what, Yomi? You're going to get shouted out. Get shouted out, nerd. It's happening. It's happening. You are getting shouted out. Boom, get shouted out. Guys, while you're here, if you wouldn't mind, it would mean the world to me if you guys could give Yomi a lurk while you're here. Just trying so hard to get our partner going, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could give us some support. Spoiler alert, we're probably going to raid it to Yomi if she's still going when we're done here anyway. Shout out these nuts. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it, 19. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of asked for that with the stream title. I can't even be mad. Can't even be mad. But yeah, so exciting news for anyone that didn't somehow notice this. I made a discovery last night. A very, very exciting discovery. Quick Yu-Gi-Oh! History lesson. So, as we all know, in the manor, we always accept Frog the Jam. This is not optional, it's a mandatory effect that cannot be negated and you cannot respond to it. Now, Frog the Jam has a Japanese printing that is a holo. In specifically 1999, August 26, 1999, a special set was released in Japan to coincide with a tournament. It was called Premium Pack. It consisted of exactly 10 cards: Exodia, Goddess of Whim, Meteor Dragon, Turipuden, Dancing Elf, Dharma Cannon, Cosmo Queen, Mikazuki no Yaiba, Time Wizard, and of course, Frog the Jam. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, the reason is, every card in this set was a holo. Every single card was an ultra rare, except for Time Wizard, which was a secret rare. So this means that for the past almost 25 years now, Frog the Jam has had a Japanese holo printing. Now, this part is not new. That part I knew about for quite a while ago, and it has become a goal of mine to eventually obtain a playset of this holo Frog the Jam. However, exciting news happened this year. In fact, not only was it this year, this month. In fact, not only was it this month, it was a week ago. Yes, literally on Helm's birthday. A reprint pack happened. So, to commemorate the 25th anniversary of the card game, they made a special pack called Premium Pack, The Legend of Duelist Quarter Century Edition. It could only be purchased by people who won a ticket for a special event in Japan. It includes the 10 cards from the original Premium Pack, plus additional cards that were distributed in the 1999 event. What does this mean for us? What this means is Frog the Jam got a reprint. And not only did he get a reprint, he now has a secret rare print. Frog the Jam is now available in both Ultra and Secret Rare. And the best part of this is because it's a vanilla. Yeah, because no one plays vanillas. All the Japanese players are selling him off for pennies. I have acquired, I've ordered, it's not arrived yet, of course. Last night, I ordered an entire playset of Secret Rare Frog the Jams, and the entire thing cost me about £5. Plus postage, in total about £12, but £12 for a playset of my favourite monster in Secret Rare, absolute bargain. So please look forward to me screaming excitedly when those finally arrive. Fun fact, Celtic Guardian was also a theatre release for Japan for the first airing of the episode of Duel Monsters Yu-Gi-Oh! And home release was Warrior Lady. So you need to pay like $200 for Meta Yu-Gi-Oh! Then I can believe that. They definitely had some very expensive cars back then. Chillamon, hello! Do we also accept Red Eyes Black Chick? Red Eyes Black Chick can also be accepted, yes. I will make a fusion monster that requires specifically Red Eyes Black Chick and Frog the Jam. I don't know what it will do. It probably won't be very good, but it's not about whether it's playable or not. It's about sending a message, and the message is, accept Frog the Jam. I actually am thinking, I had a realization, was it yesterday? I can't remember. I had a realization about Frog the Jam, which is, I want to make some new get some more emotes for the channel. Obviously, we don't have too many emotes, and I've got way more slots than I'm using. I should definitely put them to use. There is a slight issue, though, because it's quite hard to express certain emotes for me, because I have no mouth. Like, I can't pog because I don't have a mouth. However, Frog the Jam do be having a mouth. So I might get some Frog the Jam emotes to help fill that gap of things where I want an emote, but it's not an emote that I can really do. I have no mouth and I must pog. Exactly. And I think for certain, when I do get back to doing this, we have to have a pog Frog the Jam emote. And we are going to call it Pog the Jam. I think that would be the actual most based emote on the entirety of Twitch. We won't beat it. We will be unbeatable. We would have accepted. Oh yeah, I remember now, yeah. Because Zaku, they only have one mouth. Zakus don't have mouths, they have vents. They can't emote, unfortunately. But funnily enough, the Zaku actually has a vent kind of like Lord Helm. His vent is like right in the middle of his head as well. Someone who can rival the Pog of Greek. Exactly. And we can. I'm sure we could do some other ones for Frog the Jam, but I just think it would be very funny to have a few for him. And if nothing else, Pog the Jam is just, in my mind at least, a very, very, very funny name for an emote, and one that will be recognisable, I think. So I can't guarantee when I'll get around to doing that, but actually, I will say in that regard, I didn't mention this. I think it was last stream or the stream before. Next week might be a little bit lighter for streams. Basically because I had a bit of time off. Basically, I have a vacation next week, and last time I had a vacation, we kept stream up schedule as normal, and I had a blast with it as usual, of course. But I do kind of need a little bit of me time, sometimes to take care of a few things I need to organise for myself. So that might include a few things for the channel, of course, maybe a few redeems or something. I'm not going to name anything in particular, but I've certainly alluded to a few in the past. Enjoy your vacation. I promise to set the Discord on fire. I will still be on the Discord. You can't do that without me noticing, Stratos. Besides, Stratos, you can't set the Discord on fire. You and I both know that neither of us can afford a place at a bonfire. But yeah, so I might be just taking a light vacation. I'll probably still do like a stream, maybe two, but it might be a bit of a slightly lighter week by comparison. Only Yomi could take a break without us forcing her like you. Yeah, unlike Yomi, I do not require much encouragement. Pardon me 1 second, guys. I just need to clear my vents out. 1 second, sorry. Sorry about that. No, but emergency call still gets here. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, let's bid you adieu for now, Frog the Jam. You'll be back soon, I'm very sure. And yeah, so that's kind of going to be where we're at. Also, very exciting news as well. I know I've mentioned it a few times, but the game that me and my friends are working on, our board game, we are nearly ready to put it on the Steam Workshop. And when we do, I'm definitely going to try and get in touch with a few other VTubers, and we're going to try and do a kind of, for lack of a better word, world premiere, where we will play it on stream. It will be a bit more of a focused stream because it's a board game. It's not a video game, so obviously we can't, it's going to require more engagement between us. So we might be a bit quiet with chat that day, but after we do that, it will go up on the Steam Workshop for you guys to all try out yourselves. And I'm even going to probably do some events in the Discord where we can do some games of it together. See what you guys think. We are actively looking for feedback for it because while we've been working on it for like over a year now, we haven't really had too many people playtest it. kind of about 5 people in total, so we definitely need a few more eyes on it and a bit more feedback. I'd love to see what you guys think of it. But you can set the Discord on fire. Permission not granted. I would have to clean that up if you did. So please don't. Well, we have fire extinguishers, but it doesn't change the fact that it requires a lot of cleaning afterwards. Fire extinguisher stuff just doesn't go away. Oh man, I love breaking games. Honestly, Stratos, I'd love you to try to, honestly. It is a cooperative game, so it's a bit harder to break. And because it's a cooperative game, balance wasn't as big of a concern as fun. So there are a couple of characters that are maybe slightly stronger than others. But again, it was about the game sort of feeling good and fun. And I think they are pretty balanced. There are just a couple where the damage is a bit higher or a bit lower. But no, honestly, Stress, I'm kind of with you. I do love breaking games and looking for obnoxious combos. And because I am a Yu-Gi-Oh player, the way we've written all the cards in the game does read quite Yu-Gi-Oh-ish. I have tried to avoid going into literal problem-solving card text of having cost, semicolon, etc. But yeah, it will definitely be quite familiar. I suppose possible if it looped in every bit of the game. I only played that game once, but I can definitely see there could be a loop for it. I think we've managed to avoid anything like that for our game. But again, I would love to see you take a look at it, and yeah, once it's up on the workshop, I'll definitely be hosting some game nights to get you guys to test it. Just a quick thing about it, guys. To play it, when we do release it, you will need Tabletop Simulator on Steam. It's quite cheap. It goes on sale quite often. In fact, I might have a quick look just to see. I think it's usually like £10, so it's probably about like $15 or so it's quite cheap. Let me do a quick peek here. Oh, $14.99 in pounds, so probably about $20 if I had to guess. So it is quite a cheap game, but obviously we do need a physical environment to test it out in. We're not good enough programmers to actually make a game from the ground up. So yeah, just be aware that will be a thing you guys will need to do to take part. Had to finally get Tabletop Simulator there. Honestly, Chillamon, I recommend it. I really do recommend it. I bought it ages ago. Just to play like a few specific games. A friend of mine told me about a few board games that I had a really good time with, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll give that a try on Tabletop Sim. Red Dragon Inn in particular is one of them. And according to Steam, I have currently put in 325 hours into Tabletop Simulator. Granted, probably a decent chunk of that is in the past year where we've been making the game. We do about maybe 2 hours every month, every week rather, so that'd be I don't know, 2 hours, 100 hours of that maybe is the past year working on the game, but can't get Steam. Oh, I'm sorry, 19. I don't know if Tabletop Simulator is available anywhere else, but I am sorry. Booking com games, I book Indivisible to beat the cat with friends. I don't know that one, I'm afraid, Shatters, but again, I'd love to, genuinely, no sarcastic, this is not me saying it in terms of, yeah, our game's unbreakable, you can't break our game. No, genuinely, I would love to see you take a swing at it and try to break it, because if you do, that means we need to fix that. But if you can't, that means we need to do a good job with it. So, yeah. Please look forward to that. Hopefully, knock on wood, we're looking at maybe within the next week or so, though I do need to obviously get in touch with the other people I've got in mind for testing it with to make sure they're available and organising collabs and stuff, so it might be a slight while longer than I think, but definitely sooner than later, that's for sure. And once we do get that going as well, I'll make sure to have a command in the chat so that you guys can get the link to the Tabletop Sim mod if you want it. Blaster Dark, hello! Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Hello. Just having a bit of chatter here. I'll just say that the board game that me and my friends are making is nearly ready for the public to get a peek at, so please look forward to that. How is your evening? It's going well. It's going very well. Pretty standard evening for me. Kind of no news is good news for the most part. I appreciate the wants to make a really good game that's Stratos proof. Exactly. I am in the same boat as you, Stratos. I like breaking games. I'm not as good at breaking when it comes to card games, admittedly, but tabletop games, now that I can break. If you wanna make a tabletop system and get me to test it, I will find a way to break it in half. We play some Spyro Dragon? We are. We've been just sitting here chatting for, oh my goodness, really? We've been chatting that long? It feels like we've been chatting for all of about 5 minutes, but apparently it's been closer to 20. I'm not complaining. I love chatting with you guys, but wow, time flies when you're having fun, huh? We should probably get ourselves into it. Granted, I don't think we've got tons of the game left. My memory is that the last world is a bit of a shorter one, and that's fine, honestly. If it's a bit shorter, it's a bit shorter. Either way, we are going to put Ripto to bed for real this time. 100%. Spyro games is one of my childhood games next to Crash. Hard agree, definitely, absolute same. I was definitely much more into Crash than Spyro, but I'm not gonna lie, replaying both of them back to back, I think today I maybe actually like Spyro maybe just slightly more. I'm not sure. It's a play. Hello, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Alrighty guys, let's get ourselves started, shall we? So, please keep your arms, legs, and other assorted body parts clear of the closing doors. I'll meet you by the game screen and we'll get ourselves started. Alrighty guys, here we are. On the title screen, of course, because this title screen, I say it every time, but it really cannot be understated. The music that plays on this title screen is really long. Like, you know how sometimes if you sit on a title screen, the music on the title screen is kind of short and it kind of gets boring to listen to? This has not gotten boring to listen to the whole time we're chatting. So, Spyro Ripto's Rage, we're 71%. Let's see how long it takes us to get that to all the way to 100. My childhood obsession belongs to Pokemon. Honestly, also very fair. I mean, I still like Pokemon. I wish Pokemon in modern years was doing better than it is. I still like Scarlet and Violet, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't dislike it. But I still, like, even as someone that is kind of, like, enjoyed it, I can still acknowledge how it could definitely be way better than it is. You could play Power World. I've seen people play Power World, and it's not my cup of tea. A lot of people say, like, oh, you know, Power World is going to be the Pokemon killer, and it's really not. They're competing in very different arenas. If anything, I think Power World is more of an Arc killer than a Pokemon killer, because the gameplay is more like Arc. And personally, for me, that is not my cup of tea. I don't really enjoy that sort of survival gameplay. It's just not my kind of thing. Oh, good Pokemon features. Yeah, exactly. And honestly, genuinely, I think, like, if they do support it well, which, considering how much money it's made for them, I don't see why they would ever not support it. I genuinely could see that being a, I could see it being literally a Arc killer, because I'm going to be entirely honest here.
I can see
hold on, what you got?
the value of orbs, Spyro. This touchy gate should work perfectly with the help of your impressive orb collection.
Well, I mean, I didn't even know we were doing that, but sure, okay. Yeah, I'm going to be entirely honest here. And I feel like this is not a particularly controversial or hot take. Ark is a really, really ugly game. Like, not from a technical standpoint, just on, like, a aesthetic standpoint. Even if you don't mess around with the sliders to turn your character into some sort of, like, freak, the characters just look really ugly. I'm sorry, it's aesthetically just not appealing to me at all. Maybe that's because I'm a giant weeb. I mean, I am a giant weeb, this much is established, we know this for a fact, but I've never heard anyone say, oh man, I love the graphics and the characters in Ark, they look so cool. I've never heard someone say that. It's not competing with Pokemon directly, it's something between the last bit of Scarlet Violet content and Remake Edition. True. Just drop down here. Because my favourite game, what other game with a poo button that I can die of over-pooing? I'm sure there exists one. I'm sure there is. Are there any gems down in this pit here? No, but there was a tunnel. Oh god. These underwater controls are... The underwater controls are actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. The water controls are fine, I'm just very easy disoriented. There we go, another orb for the collection. Oh, no, hold on. Almost went back past that. But yeah, Power World, like I said, I think it's very interesting, and I'm not gonna lie, the whole concept of what if Pokemon but also gun, that is very funny to me, I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. I do think the kind of dark comedy angle of getting Pikachu in a sweatshop is quite funny. But But the actual gameplay isn't really my cup of tea. Oh, Blaster Dark! Oh, thank you! She's my favourite mate. Oh, thank you, boss. I really appreciate that. Always a pleasure to have you here. I'm glad you enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for the bits. I really do appreciate it. Well, let's unlock our last speedway with those bits from Blaster.
I bet a quick dragon like you will win your money back in no time.
Yeah. Okay. Don't like power, I don't like the way it looks, and it kind of feels like animal abuse. So, like, here's the thing, like, you're not wrong. Like, you're 100% not wrong. For me personally, now, don't get me wrong, I love animals. You know, I'm actually going to a zoo next week, funnily enough. I love animals. So obviously, I never want to see anything bad happening to animals. The way I look at it with Power World, it's kind of... It's meant to be parody, you know? It's not meant to be serious. Like, if the powers were, like, you know, bleeding, and it was all done in a very, like, cruel way, that would put me off it, definitely. But the way it's presented, it is kind of cartoonish enough, if that makes sense, for me to not to see it that way. But but here's the thing, like, you are right, like, I'm not arguing that it isn't, you know, technically animal abuse. Just, it's presented in such a way that I can't take it seriously, if that makes sense. Kind of like how, you know, in this game, we've got people getting shoved in lava or set on fire. It's like, yeah, like, these would be horrible things to happen to someone in real life, absolutely. But this game is too cartoony for me to take it seriously. Like Peter's Pokemon Black and Blue. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because it's like the Peter Pokemon parodies are just mean-spirited and designed to make you feel bad, because, yeah, they have, like, blood and whatnot, you know. It's a weird thing. Like, I can't argue... I genuinely can't argue that Power World isn't technically showing animal abuse, because it is. Like, I can't argue that it's not. But, again, I think the presentation and the tone matters a lot. I don't know if we can break this. I'm not sure if we actually can break this with a head bash. We'll give it a try. Okay, there we go. Oh, another orb. Nice. The old Pokemon manga was dark red Charmeleon, literally cut an art book in half. True, yeah, the old Pokemon manga has some really weird stuff in it, not gonna lie. I've never read it myself, but I've certainly heard the stories. I believe that was the one where originally Red's Pokemon was a Clefairy instead of a Pikachu, and it's drawn really weird, like it's got a really weird face on it. Alright. I think this is nearly every gem? We might miss a couple.
Well, it's some consolation that you've collected so many orbs. My high-tech portal here will take you to Cloud Temples.
Alright, so we've got another portal here, but we want to get all the gems first, so let's see if we can figure that out. Let's have a look, see. Going that way. I don't like Power because their entire campaign is trying to cause polemic of being the Pokemon killer instead of a good game in its own. Well, see, here's the funny thing with that, right? I would agree with you, but like, here's the thing, I don't like Power purely insofar as it's not my cup of tea. Like, I don't like that particular genre of game, so I don't have an interest in it. But I think that, like, Power World is kind of doing its own thing. I think it was kind of like they were trying to get your attention with the Pokemon and keep you there for the actual gameplay, because I've watched friends playing it, and Power World is very different to Pokemon in terms of the actual gameplay, and that's kind of why I don't like it. I like Pokemon gameplay, I don't really care for Power Worlds. Alright, I think, annoyingly, yeah, I think we actually need to get into the final boss area to get the last of the gems.
Now that you've got the orbs, Ripto's demise is only moments away, right?
Wait, we could just go into there right away?
Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
Okay, well, we'll open the door, but we're not going in. We just want to get the gems. We'll just get the gems, and, like, we'll be back, because, like, I want the gems. Get down that way. It's like they say, bad publicity is good publicity. Yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity, yeah. It's the, oh, what do I call that? The Streisand effect, if I remember correctly. Somewhere down here. Oh, it's right there, I see it. We literally just walked past it. Alright. 100% of the final hub world. So from this point on, every level we go into, we can and will 100% on our first visit. So let's get started with Mystic Marsh. I really hope there are no mines in this area. Streisand is the word. Yeah, it's named after Barbara Streisand, I believe. I think it's like Streisand, I think. I'm not particularly sure. And there's some incredible... Oh, this level! I remember this level now. Yeah, elephant snails. Because why not? That's pretty inventive, though, I'm not gonna lie. I can't say that I've encountered elephant snails too often.
Things just aren't the same since our magic fountain shut off. It sure would help if you could find out what evil force is behind this disaster.
Alright. Well, let's get on with it. Monkey! Actually, has a lemur. Technically. I actually went to a, there is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Monkey sanctuary over here. Kind of like a zoo, if you like, but more of like rescue. They rescue a lot of animals from places. Called Monkey World. At least, I think it still exists. I don't actually know if it still exists or not, but I think it does. I went there some years ago, and we went there in like the middle of summer. Actually, no, it wasn't summer. It was before summer. It was like end of spring. So all of the children were still at school. So it was completely like dead. There was no one there. And because it was so quiet, they had like, you know how like when you go to a zoo or something, they'll have like the, the animal feeding or whatever. They had a lemur feeding. And because it was like so quiet, it was literally just myself, Lord and Lady Helm at the time. And the zookeeper lady just looked at us and was like, do you guys just like want to come in and feed them? And we were like, oh, hell yeah. So I have actually fed a lemur. I released all the monkeys in Monkey World with to play Ape Escape. Do not threaten me with the good time strategies. I love Ape Escape. You kidding me? Ape Escape is one of those series I would love to see make a resurgence. That series is so good. Unfortunately, I think that is one of those games that's actually made by Sony, so it's probably never going to get like a PC port. But God, I wish it did. Ape Escape is just such a great series. I literally can't gush about it enough. I tried. And Monkey Ball. I was never too big into Monkey Ball, just because I was stupid and I couldn't quite wrap my head around the idea that I'm controlling the stage rather than the monkey. Maybe like if I tried it these days I'd be able to understand it a bit better, but I remember just always having a bad time with Monkey Ball. But Ape Escape though, man, I love Ape Escape. Funny fact actually, Ape Escape is one of the only few games that I know of that has specifically a European dub in addition to the American dub. If you look up gameplay of Ape Escape, for whatever reason, in the European release of it, they redubbed every single character to be British. I have no idea why. And it really weirds me out now because when I look up gameplay of Ape Escape, I see all the American versions, like that's most of the uploads I find, and it's really strange because those aren't the voices I'm expecting to hear out of those characters' mouths. So I had a Metal Gear 6 mission. Yes! The crossover. That was so funny. Just put Snake into Ape Escape catching monkeys. But you know, Xenoblade Chronicles has no American dub. Yes, that one I did know. But here's the thing. That makes sense. Like, it makes sense to me that if the original dub was European, it doesn't make sense to bother redubbing in American. That to me makes sense. What I can't understand is Ape Escape already had an American dub. Why did they feel the need to redub it into, well, British? That's what I can't get my head around. None of the British actors do a bad job. Like, they all put in a perfectly fine performance. It's just, but why though? The British talk funny. No, that's the only weirder part. They didn't change the script. Like, everything in the script is, as far as I can see, line for line, basically the exact same. They just redubbed it because shrug. The only thing I can imagine would be if maybe they weren't sure they were going to localize it at the time. Actually, So, okay, I'm actually theorizing now. Actually trying to think of a theory. So, the original Ape Escape did have this as well. So every version of Ape Escape has the British dub. Now, the original Ape Escape would have been on the PS1, so that would have been more or less pre-internet age. So maybe, like, because they couldn't just send the files to the European team, maybe they figured it was cheaper to just localize it that way than to fly the files across on a plane, I guess? I don't know. I'd love to actually find out the reasoning for it, because I feel like there has to be a story there. There's no reason for them to just arbitrarily decide, oh yes, this one monkey game will get 2 dubs. Ow. Or maybe the studios didn't get together to who would first. Also possible, yeah. Maybe it got like... Maybe at the time, like, they were different people working on it, you know? Like, maybe the European team and the American team weren't, like, under the same company? I don't know. All I do know is that region locking things is a whole barrel of, what's the word? Red tape and paperwork. Hence why a lot of Gundam games, for example, don't have the original soundtracks when they localize them. Or, well, they've gotten better at it now, I will say, but back in the day, a lot of Gundam games would just have, like, generic butt rock instead of the actual licensed tracks, because working out who holds the rights to those tracks in other territories is a big old can of worms. Which is unfortunate, because it does mean that the, does make the, what's the word, Japanese version is kind of superior in that regard. I wonder why Mother 3 was never dubbed. Europe actually has an article for it coming soon. Wait. Like, coming soon? Like, an article about why it wasn't dubbed, or Mother 3 actually finally getting dubbed? Well, which of these are we referring to? Because either way, that's exciting, but... I think when it comes to Mother 3, and this is just my guess, I think it's just too niche of a game, and historically, from what I remember, the original Earthbound didn't do particularly good in sales. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's a bad game, no one thinks it's a bad game, but from what I understand, the original SNES Earthbound really didn't sell very well. So I can understand from like a pure business standpoint why you might look at that and think, well, we released Earthbound and they didn't like that, so clearly this one won't do well either. But if it was supposed to be dubbed in E when it came out, it's Nintendo Power Mac for you. Oh, dang. I have no idea then.
Spyro.
Asshole.
Friendly face. A bunch of rotten thieves have stolen my spark plugs and I'm stuck here. Please get the 4 plugs back.
Very well, jolly good. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think, because I know, there's a very funny, well, okay, this has never been confirmed, but this is my theory, and as far as I'm concerned, this is the truth, because it all makes too much sense for it to not be the truth. So, we went through a bit of a drought over here in terms of Gundam material. So, kind of from the beginning of the PS3 until, I don't know, maybe like middle of the PS4, we hardly got any Gundam games over here, right? We did get the Gundam Dynasty Warriors games, but those were the only ones we got. Now, here's my theory on that. At the very start of the PS3 era, there was a Gundam game released. In fact, it was a launch title for the PS3. It was called Gundam Target in Sight. Or, I think in America it was called Gundam Crossfire instead. And that game sucks. Like, that game is absolutely, like, penis bad. I own that game. I tried to play that game. I was, like, playing that game, trying to convince myself it was good. It is not good. It is an awful, awful, awful video game. Don't play it. But my theory is, because it did so badly, my theory is that Bandai Namco looked at the sales and the reviews, and they just went, oh, this Gundam game that we released in the West didn't do very well. I guess the West just don't like Gundam anymore. And then proceeded to localize exactly no Gundam games for the next 10 years. I mean, thankfully we're past that now, but I cannot be convinced that wasn't the case. But you want to say Gundam Unicorn from the FromSoft X-Rays? That one didn't get localized, did it? I know that was a Japanese one. I don't think that one got any sort of English release though. The one set of titles I'm really annoyed that we didn't get over here I mean, you can import them, I have them, is Gundam Breaker. Like, the Gundam Breaker games, like, they kick ass. They are amazing. They're really good times. And yet, for some reason, they decided the only one they were going to localize was New Gundam Breaker. Which, if you've ever played New Gundam Breaker, you know it is the poopy one. Don't play New Gundam Breaker. It's bad. Okay, oh, this is the thief. Okay, I thought the thief was like a, I was expecting one of those guys that goes, yeah, but I guess it's a kangaroo that can swim. Sure, why not? Where'd he go? Okay, this is going to be an annoying chase. Any chase that involves going underwater is going to be a pain. I'll be getting this time. There we go. Okay, good enough. We said that one Gundam 2D fighter where you can have wing fight burning on. True, but that was PS1 though. That's you're talking about Gundam Battle Assault, which I don't have the first one for. I do have the second one though. Gundam Battle Assault 2 is very funny.
What? Oh, I must have dozed off there. Golly, looks like I let the fountain switch off. Here, take this orb and don't mention my little nap to Hydra, okay?
Womp womp womp. Kangaroo that can swim, Ripto. Actually, I don't know if Ripto can swim. When you beat him, he falls down the waterfall. I don't know if he's actually even swimming. I want more Ripto. Give us a game where we can play as Ripto. I don't care if it's just like for one level. Oh, this is an annoying bit. Yeah. Oh, dang it, I was trying to guess where he went. I chose poorly. Got the 3 world. Oh, nice! Heck yeah, I hope you get something good out of that. I had a really good, I had one good pull. I got a Harpy Channeler out of my second pack. Unfortunately, I did miss a login or two, so I'm a little bit behind on my Royal Rare tickets, but hopefully you get something good out of that. Come on, Spyro, get out there, there we go. I wish I made a third Battle Assault at Arxis takeover. God, I wish. That would be actually the best thing ever. Arxis Battle Assault would go amazingly hard. And they can put some more G Gundams in because, man, G Gundam really does get the shaft when it comes to representation, I'm just saying. I don't think there was any G Gundams in Gundam Evolution. In Gundam Versus, not to be confused with Extreme Versus, there were no G Gundams in it, at least to start with. I don't know if they added them as DLC later or not. You don't have no. Okay, what the heck? Okay, I just go through that, I guess. Sure. Is he going this way, I think? Yeah, he's over there, okay. But yeah, like, just put G Gundams in things. It's such a great idea because, like, okay, I always say, like, I love G Gundam because it's so different to any other Gundam game. It does, you know, game, series. You know, like, in G Gundam, oh my god, what the heck? Why am I just whiffing through this? You have to be, like, actually just walking through? Yeah, because it's so different, like, you can have them do things that other Gundams can't do, which is great for gameplay variety. Like, just have a G Gundam that's just like a punching thing, you know? Let's try not charging through this. Yeah, okay, I guess we have to actually do a walkthrough. Yeah, I love G Gundam. It's bonkers, it's stupid, but you know what? It's fun. And that's the most important thing, being fun. Don't get me wrong, I like serious Gundam too, but man, I cannot catch this guy up. What the heck? You guys Gundams that punch? I mean, they do, but not to the same extent. You know, like, oh, come on. Like saying that Unicorn has Gundams that punch is like, dang it, this guy's really annoying. You know, G Gundam punching is on a very different level to Unicorn Gundam punching. Let's put it that way. Man, this is a really annoying guy to chase down. He must have reset himself, I guess. I think. Wait, where is he? Where is he? Did I just, like, whiffed him? Oh, he's over there. Okay. Oh, dang it. Yeah, like mobile suit uses both. Yeah, you're talking the Shrewsbury Gallus. I actually have that as a kit. It's quite a nice kit. There we go. Got there at the end. Yeah, no, you are right, Strokes, but in the same vein, it's like I feel like even if you put that thing against like the worst G Gundam, it would still lose. The G Gundams are just on a whole other level because I mean, yeah, they're super robots as opposed to real robots. Wow, you just were not looking, are you, buddy? Alright, one more to find. Oh, he's over there. I can see him in the distance. He's just standing there, menacingly! Okay, well, I guess it was too much to hope for if that had to work twice, but this guy's literally just doing circles. Okay. Alright, easy enough. There we go. Hikumaru, hello! Welcome in. I don't want to leave tonight. Welcome, welcome.
Here, young dragon friend, take this. It's museum quality, but you deserve
It belongs to the museum. Now, could you choose a number from 1 to 8, please? 4. If you ask me to pick a number, it will always be 4. And the reason for that is specifically because of YouTube poop, where back in the day, King Arcinian would say, "My boy, this piece is what all true warriors strive for." That's it. That's literally the only reason why. Because of that alone, 4 has single-handedly become my favourite number, and that's the only reason why. And I was getting my big sister going for you. Oh, heck yeah! It's a great game. I'm having a blast with it. I can't remember how we do the last part of this, so I'm sure we'll figure it out. This is a box kind of like wiggling. Would be head bashed or something? Nope. I know there was like a weird little quest in this level. I don't know how we begin it though. I have to find a guy. Let's try and see if there's a guy about you. No, you're the starting guy. So Hellside, thank you for the raid. I've come to shower you with honor support because you're awesome and deserve it. Oh, well, thank you so much. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Helm-Chan, perfectly normal robot maid. We're playing some Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage today. Let me give you a shout, of course, so Hellside. Very funny that you happened to raid us. We were talking about Gundam just a little bit ago. There we go, Sir Hellside. There you go. Welcome, welcome. I hope whatever you were doing in your stream went well for yourself. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. If you need to go and take care of some post-stream self-care, totally understand, of course. You've had your stream, you're probably tired, thirsty, etc. But thank you for trusting me with your community. Oh yeah, Retro Games gotta love them, yes. Although, well, I mean, technically, I need to cope hard and tell myself that this version does not count as retro because that will make me feel old. But, I mean, the original one is, but this one's 5 years? That's not... It's nearly retro. It's nearly retro. I'm not old. I'm not old. Yet. Ah! Oh, I'm falling in water. This is almost death water. Oh, we're dead here. We're dead here. Oops. Ooh, nice. Happy Featherstorm Royal, thanks. Oh, nice! Heck yeah! Featherstorm Royal? Hell yes! We have had 2 people in the Discord, well, 3 including myself actually, that got Harpy packs from our Royal Rares. That's awesome. But you're playing as Nibly Games, yeah, exactly. I love these old retro platformers. Like, they don't make them like this anymore. I know there was Ukulele, but that really was not... It really wasn't that good, I'm sorry. I wanted to like that game really badly, but it was just... It felt like it was trying to do one of these games without knowing what made these kind of games great. That's how I felt about it, at least. Where do we go here? I know there's like a side quest here involving... like, gathering things. I'm just playing the Crash Bandicoot 2 and... Oh, heck yeah! Heck yeah, we love Crash Bandicoot in the manor here. Like, Crash Bandicoot is one of my favourite series. I was saying at the start of the stream, actually, if you asked me, I would have said Crash Bandicoot I like more than this. But I think I actually kind of like them both about the same. They're both, like... I remember Spyro 2 having a lot more annoying parts than this. Well, not Spyro 2, though, Spyro in general. I remember Spyro having a lot more annoying parts than this. So far, like, the parts that I remember being annoying haven't been that bad. I think it's just that I was just bad at the time. Although I don't know where the heck we're going for this last, MacGuffin. Ow. But they're equally amazing. They really are. They're not, like, I think, if anything, I don't think they're better or worse than each other. I think they're just different flavours. Some days you just want to have, like, you know, a breeze through the game start to finish like Crash, and sometimes you want to have Bit about Hunter-thon like Spyro. Starblind! Hi, Starblind. Are you doing well? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I have no idea where... Okay, there's still some gems we haven't found in. Let's follow Sparks. If we go to where the gems are, I'm sure we'll find the last orb. Oh, it's going well, yeah. We're on the last stretch of the game now. We're in the final set of levels, so they're definitely amping up the collectathon aspect. F the TG perk, but we're librarian's playable even in decks that aren't TG, right? Like, I don't know much about playing synchros, but I know that I see people play librarian, dang it, in synchro decks all the time just for the free draw while they're climbing. Oh, come on. There we go. No game is a bad game unless the game actively is ruining the lore or misleading the player. I don't know that I'd go that far. This game is definitely not bad by any stretch. These classic 3D platformers, like... Okay, so there's the gems. But where's the dude? Like, I remember there being, like, a guy that we just talked to. Oh, here he is! There we go. Okay, it was over here.
Spyro, so glad you're here. I'm perfectly useless without my trusty pencil, and I seem to have lost it. I do have this extra egg. Perhaps you can trade it for my pencil.
So you guys ever played Legend of Zelda? You know how every Zelda game, pretty much since, like, what's it called? I think ever since, like, Link's Awakening, they had, Castle Leon! Thank you for the follow! I'm so thankful for remakes. I do appreciate the originals, but oh man, things work better now. Take that one. Oh, thank you! Yeah, no, I agree. Like, these remakes are great. I have exactly zero complaints about these remakes. Apart from, very minor complaint, which is the hitboxes on Crash Bandicoot, on the remakes of that, are ever so slightly slippery occasionally. I feel like Crash's, like, the bottom of his hitbox is kind of slightly rounded in a way that sometimes makes you slide off platforms. I'll be lurking Helm-Chan, I need to get a drink and rest my voice. No, of course, it's a hair scythe. No, my words. Of course it's a hair scythe. Thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. I know I mentioned it before, but I love your model. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you for trusting me with your community, and yeah, take some time to get some rest for yourself. Get a drink, stretch, whatever. If you're just lurking, absolutely fine. Saying Crash is thick. I'm not saying he's thick. I'm saying that his feet are slippery. So yeah. So what I was saying was, every Zelda game since, like, Link's Awakening had a trading quest, where you just get items and give them to other people, and then it usually ends in, like, the best sword in the game. This is this game's version of that. It's just a very simple trading quest where you gotta give items to other things to make things happen. Oh no! We accidentally summoned a Predaplant. Well, I guess as long as it's not making Verte, I guess it's acceptable. Well, it did step a duck. That was in Oracle of Seasons 2. Yeah, it's Oracle of Seasons came before, okay, after Link's Awakening, rather. An amazing stream, Helm-Chan. Thank you, Sir Hellside. Thank you again for the vote. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, Oracle of Seasons was after Link's Awakening original. Trade offer. Give me thing and I let your happiness exist. I mean... Yeah, it did stretch. Yeah, so Link's Awakening, was Game Boy, the original brick Game Boy. Then Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages were Game Boy Color. I actually have all three of those. Although there was Link's Awakening DX, which was like the enhanced version. That was what do I call it? Like, you could play it on Game Boy, but if you played it on Game Boy Color, you got like extra features. My favourite Zelda game is Link to the Past. I'm mildly ashamed to admit this, I have never played Link to the Past. And it's funny because I know that's like a lot of people's favourite Zelda games. I missed out on basically the entirety of the SNES to Genesis era. My first console was a regular NES. Well, actually, I forget if it was an NES or a Master System. We had both of them, but I can't remember which came first. There wasn't much of a gap between them. But, dang it, get out of the death water. But after that, after the NES Master System, we jumped straight to PlayStation after that, so I kind of missed, like, a lot of the... what a lot of people consider, like, classics, you know, like Mario World and Link to the Past. It's an area that I kind of just passed me by, and by the time I kind of found out how much I missed about, it was kind of like, I'm sure these are good games, but the PlayStation though. Skip a certain resubscribe for 4 months. Heck yeah, PS1. Thank you, Skip. Thank you for the resubscribe. Always means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying yourself here and just wanting to support me like this. Thank you so much. Welcome. Having a wonderful evening tonight, Skip. Oh, what did we actually pick up here? I just picked up a thing without looking. It's a coin. Okay, I think I know what we do with this. So, what do you do with a coin? Well, there's a fountain here. So, presumably, if we throw it into the fountain, we can make a wish. Like that. And our wish results in a pencil. Clearly, this stream of events was something we definitely needed to use. We could just go and buy a pencil from a store. Capitalism ho! Let's go! Now I need to actually find where the professor was again. I couldn't find him before. Was he like in this hut? No, that's not a hut, that's a rock. It's a stone, Luigi. You didn't make it. What did you say first? Please play it for me. It was also on Game Boy 4 Swords. It's so good. And the first game with Zelda's Lullaby. Was it actually? I didn't realise that. Maybe. We'll see.
My pencil! Now I can begin calculating the age of the universe again. Here, take this orb for
Finally.
safekeeping. Alora thinks
As it came to platforms like this are lost art. 100% true. 100% true. I genuinely can't remember the last one of these that was good. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna pull that right back. I put that out there, but I'm gonna take that right back. Hat in Time did do it right. Ukulele, I was saying earlier, I did not like ukulele, unfortunately. I picked up, I think it was the second one from ukulele. It just didn't feel good. It felt like really, like, janky and like cheap. Don't get me wrong, I could enjoy a bit of jank, but it was jank in a way that wasn't very fun. Rushed, yes, yeah, good word for it, rushed. If there's other types of games, never too late to give it another try. I mean, this game still holds up great. Oh, Skip! Skip! Oh my gosh, thank you! Thank you for the 5 subs! Oh my goodness, thank you so much! Oh, I was expecting that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Skip. It really means a lot that you're enjoying yourself here so much. Wow, thank you ever so much. Goodness. Well, guys, if you're in chat and you got a sub, please thank you, Gifter. Heck yeah! Wow, thank you, Skip. Goodness, sorry, kind of at a bit of a loss for words here right now. I wasn't expecting that. No, goodness me. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I'm too short on synonyms for thank you. But no, seriously, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. As I always say this, but I'm doing this as a hobby, and the fact that you guys have enjoyed yourself here so much that you want to subscribe and support me in this way, it really does mean a lot for me. It's for my friend. Heck yeah. Oh my gosh, no, thank you so much, Skip. Really do appreciate it. The source of EXE stopped working. Kind of is, yeah. Yeah, no, you've got the hell modes. Hell yeah. I'll have to make some more of those as well for you guys to enjoy. I did say earlier, for those of you that weren't here for this, in this house, we accept Frog the Jam. We love Frog the Jam. I am going to get some Frog the Jam emotes in the future. And one of them is going to be Hog the Jam. So please look forward to that. Alright, Cloud Temple's next. Thank you, appreciations, kudos, great for such a skips. Thank you, Statos, thank you. I couldn't find my thesaurus. There are so many slots, you're right. Oh, this level! I can't remember this level now. Mr. Player, you are on very thin ice. We do not say the ST word in the manner. I don't know why for some reason the cutscenes seem to skip a little bit. I don't know if that's an issue with the fact I'm streaming it or an issue because it's just the port. I'm not sure. Sorry about that.
I used to be one of Avalar's most powerful magicians until that big warlock over there stole my wand. He and his friends have used the magic within to take over the city.
I mean, if you're only good with the wand, then you're not the magician. You're just a guy using a wand, just saying. Would you also consider a dancing fragment dance to be called frog jamming? I would, I actually think I think a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber actually has an emote that is exactly that, but why not? He doesn't own the rights to it. Because I definitely need some animated ones as well. I'm definitely open to ideas for some of those. Papa Jam raving out. Got a glow stick in his mouth. Oh! This is like bootleg Spyro, what the heck? You go on bootleg. Oh, he actually pick up the rocks. Helm-Chan. Not sure about that one. I'm not sure how that would work. Purely because I'm not sure if you get a tell, but I'm not sure if you could tell it was a Frogger Jam after a while, but it says main devil to his spirit. Ah, yeah, I see it now, yeah. This stage is tailor-made for someone like me to get impatient and run off an edge, so I'm going to be trying to not do that. Because that is 100% the kind of thing I'm unlikely to do. There's like one, hold on. There's no shot they haven't hidden gems here. Oh, maybe they haven't. There's just like this pagoda structure just seems so obvious to hide some gems on the side. Okay, I guess I didn't. And overthinking it once more. This game really is very good at making me overthink where things might be hidden, I've got to say. Like in the first Spyro game, I did like a ridiculously complicated jump with a boost dash. I only discovered that that wasn't even the jump I was meant to be doing. Open sesame! Or whatever. Open baloney. Why sesame? Like, I know it's because it sounds like sesame, but like... Did they even have sesame seeds in that time period? Well, I guess they would have been there, but would they have called them that, you know? Overthinking once more. Open the door. Open the door? In the door. Yeah, so there's one of the mini games or challenges, whatever you want to call it in this game. One of them I remember being a little bit annoying. Not like terribly so, just kind of. It's this guy, this big buff guy over here. We'll be back for him later. No law to Breaking Bad. Oh, I see. My apologies. I've actually never seen Breaking Bad. I don't watch an awful lot of TV. I'll be entirely honest. And when I do, it's very, very rare that I watch a live action series. I think the only two live action series I got really into were what's it called? Once Upon a Time. I really liked that one. I think I got to like season 4 of that one before I kind of eventually fell off. And probably my favourite like live action TV show ever, Burn Notice. I love Burn Notice. That show is very bingeable, I'll just say that. I actually have the entire series of that on DVD, just because I love it so much.
Spyro, you have freed our
Heck yeah, Burn Notice, yeah, we love Burn Notice. Very, very good time. Very cheesy. Like, it's very cheesy, it's very silly, but it's very fun. It's also very funny to me how, there's a couple, because it's got Bruce Campbell in it, it's very funny how there's like a couple of moments where, they will kind of make a joke about Bruce Campbell's chin, which is just very funny to me. Alright, so... Again, I want to try and... We need a rock for this. Hold on. Oh, we're screwed. There has to be a beautiful rock somewhere. Oh wait, hold on, what's this? What is this?
Our mystical bell towers have been overrun by trolls, and the bells haven't been rung in days. I tried a fire spell on the trolls, but that just made them crazier. This super freeze power-up will chill out the trolls, but we really need the bells to ring. They'll ring if you charge into them.
I forgot this was a thing. So yeah, this turns your fire breath into ice breath. I actually thought this was only in the second game, the third game rather, but evidently it's in this one as well. Unfortunately, that's also like really kill the range of your breath, but. These guys defrost after a while as well, so... How are you getting up there? Oh, I see how we do it. Oh wait, he's come down, never mind. That makes my job easy then. Now he just wants to eat his yogurt in Miami in peace, no one lets him. True. Okay, hear me out. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Burn Notice rather, except we replace the main character with Yoshikage Kira. There we go. I think we need to reach him like halfway up, yeah. It was too high before. Yeah, have you ever seen Burn Notice?
Those who want an orb for doing that.
No, we weren't done yet.
Afraid not. There's still one bell left. You can get to it by using the whirlwind behind me.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's a series about a guy who is a spy, and then gets what they call burned. Essentially, the government cut him off. They pretend they don't know who he is. They erase all records of his existence. No bank accounts, nothing. And it's basically about him trying to work out why this has happened, because he's done nothing wrong, while also kind of just helping people out using his like cool spy knowledge. It's very good time. It's very it is cheesy, but it's a fun time.
Spyro, I didn't think you could do it. Here, have a souvenir from the Cloud Temple's gift shop.
Why is this in the gift shop? This is clearly important. How are you having this in the gift shop? I don't think about it too hard. I think I might have missed some gems up here, so yeah, let's go and grab them. Go. Also, Helm is an impressive piece of tech. Definitely a modern marvel, absolutely charming, very lovely, and definitely someone everyone enjoys. Okay, Stratos, what are you after? I'm joking. Thank you, Stratos, thank you, that's so kind. Okay, I don't know. It's a bit formulaic eventually, but it's so over the top. Yeah, exactly. It kind of has that sort of... It's kind of interesting though, because...
I'm a secret agent.
Oh yeah, this guy.
I'm my secret hideout. Only members of my secret club are allowed to go there. I'm not leaving unless you hide behind that tree so you can't see me.
Oh boy, I sure do love the obligatory stealth section in video games. That's my favourite part. Yeah, this guy I remember being kind of annoying. Yeah, but the formula when it comes to Burn Notice, the thing about it is you've got like that kind of almost like monster of the week angle, where every like episode he's trying to solve someone's problem, but then you've got like the overarching part of the chapter. So it's kind of neat because it is kind of like you can just drop in for like one episode and still enjoy it. You just won't get the whole overarching plot so much. You know, this is way easier than I remember it being. Maybe this guy was like way slower on the PS1 version and that's why I remember it being annoying.
What? You managed to get here without following me? You must be a member of my secret club after all. Here, take this secret decoder. It will allow us to send secret messages.
This guy's really weird to me. Not just because like he talks funny and he's got like a gigantic underbite, but like, how does this guy have a concept of a secret agent? That's what I can't understand. He's living here in like some Tibetan mountain with like these wizards doing magic, and yet he knows what a secret agent is. I don't quite get it. Metal Gear got weird when Snake got turned to a little dragon. You know, I'm sure there's probably fan art of it somewhere. Oh, it's nothing, and I may have set the Discord on fire starting with voice chat. Shadows! I specifically told you not to do that! Best Pleasant Ninja can hide is in plain sight. Funnily enough, if you're a high enough ninja, you can do that. In Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder, higher level rogues and ninjas can get an ability called Hide in Plain Sight, which is really busted. Like, it's absurdly busted. It's as good as you think it is. It basically gives you invisibility as long as your stealth is good enough. And if you're playing a ninja or a rogue, your stealth is probably good enough. Alright, we need to find a way to deal with this box here. I wonder if we can freeze it and shatter it. Let's try that. Maybe from overseas. True. This implied existence of clandestine. Oh wait, I see what we did. I see a rocket there. Never mind, that's the ticket. Hold on, need you. Need you to be a little bit higher. Oh, dang it! Okay, let's try again. That's too big. Wait. Oh, too high. There we go. Wait. There we go. Okay. Gotta wait for this to bow off. News in general, life is hard among the general public. It's why Japanese sit on their feet so they can plan a coup because their legs would be too numb. I mean, honestly, the best way to be... This is like one of my tinfoil theories. The best way to be, like, a stealthy character is of, like, D&D. Obviously, like, you know, being good at stealth helps. But the best thing to do? Dress really unassumingly. One of my friends did this once where they were playing a half-orc rogue. Now, this was in 3rd edition, where being a half-orc gave you, like, not a lot, to be honest. It wasn't a particularly good thing. But you could put +2 into any stat. So you would think, oh, okay, well, he's playing a rogue, so obviously he's going to put the +2 into dexterity. No. In fact, this orc was really bad at hiding. His stealth modifier was really bad. But he was very strong. And he had a decent charisma score. He couldn't hide, but he was very good at bluffing and very good at disguises. And his weapon of choice was a trident. Now, why would you do that? Simple. This orc walks around wearing overalls, a straw hat, and speaking in a really thick country accent. He kills people with his pitchfork, and when anyone questions him, he just pretends to be a farmer. It's a brilliant cover-up. No one would ever expect it. And similarly, like, I think like dressing your character in a way that implies you are something different is genuinely a really good strategy. Like, if you're playing a spellcaster, dress yourself in, like, rogue outfit, you know? Get a sword. You might not be able to use the sword, but carry a sword. You know, get a bandana. Dress like you're doing something that isn't spellcasting, and then when you whip out the fireball, they'll never see it coming. I actually did have a build I worked out for where you could play a spellcaster that wears full plate. It's not very good, I'll be honest, but it's very funny. Similarly, play a barbarian and just put on the wizard hat. You know, big pointy wizard hat and a robe. People are going to think you're the wizard. And then you go rah and punch them in the face a billion times. And then, if anyone complains at you for it, you say, well, I'm sorry, it's not my fault that you were metagaming and assuming that my character was a wizard. Where's this last orb? Or gem? Okay, there's one. Last one's over this way somewhere. Or be 5 int, minus 2 more, just be a naked dragon man peeing in the tavern sink as a dragon, so your party can loot things while you're being you. I mean, that is a thing you can do, Stratos. I'll be honest, my games were a little bit more serious than that, but yeah, that is a thing you could do. Waiting on Arcane Knight builds pretty fun. Yeah, the problem I have with, like, playing kind of like Eldritch Knight or all those sort of things is I often feel like you're better off... Well, okay, I'll say this. When it comes to D&D, most of what I say, my knowledge of D&D specifically, is mostly relevant with regards to 3rd edition. I don't particularly like 5th edition, so I'm not as familiar with the rules. So what I'm about to say may not be as relevant in 5th edition. But from my experience with it, when it comes to playing like Eldritch Knight or something like that, I feel like you're often just better off just playing the wizard as a regular wizard. Pathfinder had the Magus class, which helped to make up for, you know, the things you trade off being worthwhile, but even then, Magus I feel like kind of falls off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, was it like right at the beginning? Did we miss a gem like right at the start here? That's so funny, Fred. Schrodinger's Weasel, fantastic name. Welcome in. Welcome. Having a wonderful evening tonight. There we go. Literally the last gem was about to start. Okay. There we go. 100% complete. But we're going to exit the level via the portal because we learned our lesson in Spyro 1 where sometimes that matters. And even if it doesn't matter, why not? We'll take a victory that. But yeah, I've done a few weird and wonderful builds with like wizards. I actually have done the meme build of strength-based wizard, where I had exactly as much intelligence as I needed to cast my spells, and then every spell that I was casting was just a buff for myself to make myself better at punching things. It wasn't particularly good, but it was fun, and that's the important thing. Is the weasel still a noodle cat in the box or not? Have I seen FNA? Not in its entirety. I actually have read the first, like, 10 volumes of it. That's as far as I ever got to with it, unfortunately. Oh. I see. Okay, I think the less said about that, the better. Do you know who Roy Mustang? Oh yeah, I know who Roy Mustang is. Yeah. Yeah, he's the guy that advocates for mandatory miniskirts, if I recall correctly. Alright, where's the next portal? Where are we going to next? Let's see, so we've done that one. I think there was one like down this way, if I recall correctly. It might have been the one we bought from Moneybags. See, down here? Yeah, here we go. Canyon Speedway. Oh boy, Speedway. Jack! Hi, Jack! Wild voice name royal, that kind of full muscle car. True. Welcome ahead, good evening. Alright, time to die like 12 times on these because I'm not very good at these speedways. Wow, okay. I've just had this weird memory come back to me. So I have this weird habit, right, where I have a very good memory for specific things. But they're not usually good things, they're not usually useful things, they're just weirdly specific things. And I have just, starting this level has reminded me, I remember where I was and what I was doing the first time I played this level. I remember I was in a voice call with Yomi, and Yomi was pulling on a banner in Fate Grand Order. I can't remember what banner she was pulling, but I just remember that specific detail about this level. Those are the kind of pointless things I can remember. Nothing helpful. You know, I can't remember, like, important historical figures or, like, half my friends' birthdays. Kind of is a failure, yeah, not gonna lie. I'm missing one of those buggies, but, let's get these birds. So, this run basically depends on whether or not we can catch the last buggy, because I obviously missed it somewhere along the way. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna do this because we can't even get the bird, but nope. We're gonna have time. Darn! That was so close to almost perfect. Welcome in, you dirty girl, welcome in. I love your name. I always feel like I'm being mean, but no, that's literally your name. It is a great name, I will say. Oh, okay. Alright, we'll just laugh at that. I mean, 90% of Americans don't know we were founded in 1776, or Queen Elizabeth is the tower, the Bears Big Ben. I'm gonna level with you, Stratos. I would imagine probably a similar percentage of British people do not know that about Big Ben. I think if you asked a lot of British people, they would call it the town as well. Yeah, it's just a bonk here to reposition. Alright. That's the one thing you do, though. Fair. It is one of those facts that kind of gets brought up quite often. Another one being how, so the flag of Great Britain, the one that's blue, red and white, has like a plus sign and a diagonal cross on it. A lot of people mistakenly call that the Union Jack, but it's actually called the Union Flag. It's only known as the Union Jack if it's being flown at sea. Mind you, that doesn't stop everyone from calling it the Union Jack anyway, but it's one of those weird things. Oh, dang it. Oh. There we go. Oh, second, that's pretty good. I wonder if it's just like games or music trigger memories like that more easily versus like just trying to summon who the 30th US president is from thin air. Honestly, I think that you could be onto something. I think having like a a visual or a sound to tie a memory to is a good way of helping you remember it. I've heard people that are like, okay, you might have seen people do like tricks where they can memorize long sequences of numbers flawlessly, or like the order of cards in a deck. They'll look through it once and then be able to recall it perfectly. But so there's two common ways I've heard of that. The first way is that you have a fighting spirit known as a stand that will read the cards and memorize them for you. It helps if said stand is the same type of stand as Star Platinum, I've been told. But the other way is, I've heard that people that do that without cheating often will kind of make a narrative in their head for it. So, for example, like they might imagine walking down a street, and that street will have two cars on it because it's a two of spades. And then afterwards, they'll take like the fourth turn on the right because it was the fourth of hearts or something like that. Tying those arbitrary numbers to something tangible apparently does help you to remember it. And I can believe it, honestly. So that was the most mundane thing. Just a pig shows up and that's just commute. Sure.
The insurrection from the farms has got quite out of hand. We need someone to restore order. Find the inventor droid. She's been working on something big.
I'm not sure how I feel about these robots. They have mouths. You guys know I'm not a fan of robots with mouths unless you are doing for an actual perfect human look. Like, this robot clearly has no reason to have a mouth. It clearly is not vocalizing through a windpipe. It clearly does not form letters with its lips. It clearly does not need to eat. You do not need a mouth. The way Bill chose was credible card manager. Good for them. Good for them. Star Platinum can do that because Star Platinum is light speed fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Need serious work. See, this one here is stuck. I expect it will start working again if you just give it a good whack, though.
Oh, that worked. When in doubt, give it a good whack. Has that ever worked? Like, I know that's a very big trope in like cartoons and the like, where the computer's not working, I'll just give it a few whacks. Obviously, that never actually works, but have you guys ever done that and somehow it's worked? I've never had it myself, but I'm just curious if like somehow you've ever given something a whack and it actually did just start working. It does work. It does work if by getting your computer working you really want it to break. No mouth robots are more impressive. It's a lot harder to trick humans. I mean, be anthropomorphic and relatable. True. But I mean, also I'm just saying, like, oh, what we got here? Oh no, you're fine, Strategy. Silly auto mod being instinct. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, fine. Stop working, I'll smack your helm. Stratos, I'm not Yomi. That doesn't count as threatening me with a good time. I'm not Yomi. That's her thing, not mine. Yeah, I'm out in Yomi. She's my bestie. I'm allowed to do that. Literal flying pigs here. Yes, not a first choice, but it has worked for me. I'm very curious, Jack. Dang it. What were you actually trying to get working? Was it a computer or something else? Just genuinely curious. I suppose it's something a bit more mechanical it could work. But like, I feel like with electricals, you're more likely to cause harm. There's a saying around our parts, if at first it doesn't work, get a bigger hammer. You know what? Valid.
As you can see, a vicious ox has taken over our armory. And here we thought that freezing the walkway would keep animals out. The ox is very tough. I would advise using the bombs against it. And it will probably take several bombs at that.
Lamp oil. Oh, bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend. This random mini-boss fight out of nowhere, sure. Ah, yes. The natural enemy of 1950s style robot mill managers. Oxes. Oops. Oh, that was easy enough.
Excellent work, Dragon.
The antenna comb over on that guy's amazing though. Oh my gosh, I hadn't even realised that. That is pretty great. That is pretty great. remember these guys. These guys definitely did benefit a lot from the remake glow up. Like I remember them being pretty janky looking in the original. And I've used it on old computers and TVs, so fair. I mean, fair enough. I'll be real. I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to hardware. Despite being a robot, I am someone that is quite happy to use computers, but has very little idea how they actually work. There's a reason why I'm not involved in the assembly. So I was born in the southern US, and there's an old saying amongst the stereotypical population: if it moves and it doesn't, duct tape. If it doesn't move and it should, WD-40. I've heard that one myself. My D&D character was like, I made a huge, kind of super happy and laughing, outgoing, loving. It's like cold dead eyes in combat, needs transmutation circles to cold lightning. And of course it keeps suffering lightning burns every time. By the end of his life, he lost his right helmet. Oh my goodness. I mean, I do love hearing like interesting characters people come to tabletop games. My favourite character that I think I've played was probably the last one I really finished a campaign with. Yomi DM'd this game, and we actually did finish the game. We didn't go all the way to level 20. We finished at like level 12, I think it was. But it was an end of the game. It wasn't like, you know, scheduling killed the campaign. No. Yomi planned the game out. We finished the game. And my character in that one was my Night Whisper, whose name I shamelessly stole from King's Quest. If you know Whisper from King's Quest, then... Well, if you know Whisper from King's Quest, you basically know the type of person that my character was. She was a gigantic ham who spoke in the third person constantly and loved herself. She started as like... so the campaign started off as kind of a hero school, where Whisper was one of the instructors. Early on, I think about like 3 level... What the heck? Oh, invisible wall. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, early on into the campaign, some shenanigans happened. So Whisper started the campaign as like a guy in his 30s. After the shenanigans happened, Whisper was turned into a girl who was like 19 years old. And the logic for this was, this way we can have a character who is in-universe, like this big famous hero everyone knows, but mechanically they're low level because muscle memory, haha, you know. Suddenly going from being a strapping 6-footer to being barely 5 foot is certainly going to throw off how you fight. And I loved her. She was a lot of fun. And she is my living proof to anyone out there. You've probably heard this one before when it comes to D&D, how people were like, oh wow, look at you, human fighter, that's original, wow. Everything you could have picked in this entire game and you chose to be a human fighter. Way to go be boring. No. Human fighters are not boring. If you think human fighters are boring, it's because you are boring and cannot make a human fighter interesting. Think outside the box a bit. Be creative. Make them fun. Yeah, it's true that in combat, most of what you're going to be doing is just, I will attack with my sword. That's why you have fun with the personality and make them interesting elsewhere.
Spyro, I heard you were coming. Thank you for your efforts in thwarting this attempted coup. Please take this item, which living creatures seem to like.
Ah yes, living creatures seem to like orb. As a human fighter with a transmuting circle, making a mage across. Ah, okay. He was a great choice, a human druid and panel I love playing humans, honestly. So, okay. I am not calling anyone out here. And I am not judging with what I'm about to say, because I have done this. I am saying this because this comes from experience. I think that when you get into role-playing, or role-playing games, I think there is a very easy trap that a lot of new players fall into, right? And this trap is, they look at all the weird and wonderful races, you know. They'll look at, you know, your tiefling, or the Azimar, or an orc, or whatever. They look at all these... Rude. They look at all these weird and wonderful races, and they want to play them. Now, there's nothing wrong with these races. Tieflings, great. Azimars, great. Nothing wrong with them. But I think a lot of new players, a lot of new role players, make the mistake of thinking that because their character is an unusual race, that makes them interesting.
Sent out a distress call. The next wave of saucers is incoming.
More sheep. But yeah, I think a lot of new players make the mistake of thinking, well, my character's a tiefling, that means they have to be interesting by default. And it's like, well, no, like, your character can be a tiefling and can be boring. Your character is not interesting by virtue of being something. Your character is interesting by virtue of what they do and who they are. I care less about what species your character is and care more about how your character behaves, what your character likes, what your character would do when faced with a moral dilemma. And again, I'm not calling him out here because I used to be this. This was literally me. My very first characters when I first got into D&D were a mess. I had a character that was literally an experiment in how many templates can I shove onto a character and make them still somehow playable. The answer is you can get away with a lot, but the playable part you might be struggling with. I literally made a character that had the feral template, the four-armed template, the winged template, the lycanthrope template, and the monstrous template. And then I made them a fighter, and they were terrible because they had no base attack bonus because of level adjustments. So, that is my TED talk. You know, don't make the mistake of thinking that an unusual species makes your character, or class even. Like, some people will think, well, my character's a warlock, so they have to be interesting, right? No. You can be a boring warlock. It's very possible. You need to put more thought into your character than just... Okay, you guys know how back in the day on the internet it used to be ASL, you know, you'd ask people age, sex, location? You need to put more thought into just RCS, race, class, stat block. I need to know more than that about your character. Warforges were kind of boring, so I made them be like 0 and X. Warforges, yeah, I don't love Warforges, they're okay. The one thing I do like Warforges for is they have, well, in 3rd edition, I don't know if they made a 5th edition version of this. They did have a Warforged specific prestige class called Warforged Juggernaut, which I don't actually remember what it does, I'll be honest, it's been a long while. I remember being quite fun, if not necessarily particularly good. I just remember, like, by the end of it, you could basically just burst through doors as a free action or something. Something like that, at least. Talked about American Sign Language for a second. Yeah, that's fair. I think these days, probably more people would look at that acronym as American Sign Language rather than age, sex, location. I can't remember the last time I saw anyone use it, unironically. How do I get back up to that power up? I was just there 5 seconds ago. I have that in 5e, but it's Super Mario in actual combat. Ah, that's a shame. I mean, if I can go mask off for a slight moment, pretty meh in actual combat. That's every single class in 5e, isn't it? Hey-oh! I'm sorry. If you like 5e, enjoy 5e. Don't let some silly little maid on the internet say you're not allowed to enjoy it. I just have a lot of problems with it as a format. Maybe one day I'll do like a proper ramble about it. I'll just sit down and do a full ramble about everything I dislike about 5th edition. Just put all the hot takes out there, why not? How the heck did I get up there? I'm gonna feel... Oh, it was this way, wasn't it? Yeah, it was this way. I think. Yeah, oh, like the elevator. Yeah, there we go. That's why my DM homebrews a lot. Exactly, yeah, homebrews are great. I love homebrewing stuff. I made a homebrew for Pathfinder where I took the rules from... So there's a D20 system called Urban Arcana, which is basically... it uses the same rules as, like, 3rd edition D&D, but with guns and, like, modern things. I'm gonna be entirely honest, it's not actually very good. Okay. There's a lot of problems with it in terms of balance, one of which is they tried to abstract away gold. So rather than earning individual gold pieces, you have a wealth score and you make purchase checks, which is okay in theory. The problem is it scales really weirdly. And because of how the rules work, you could be the wealthiest human being on the planet. Like, you could actually be, like, Jeff Bezos or something. And if you buy a Happy Meal, it still hits your finances in a measurable way. Oh, gosh. No. Oh, dang it, I was too slow. Okay. Okay. I know what I'm doing now. Okay, we have a plan now. Human was in Dark Souls, so we have a third action that was parry, and if you predicted the attack he rolls at the start, you parry, get a free mag. Okay, fair, yeah. See, personally for me, and this is purely a me thing, I am a rules lawyer. I'm gonna say it loud, I'm gonna say it proud. I am a rules lawyer. And I say rules lawyer not in the sense of I am trying to leverage the rules to get a advantage. I'm a rules lawyer in the sense of I run things usually, like if I'm changing things I will tell you, but otherwise I run things by the book. Not because, again, I'm trying to leverage it to my advantage, but because I think, the way I look at it, we sit down, we agree we're going to play a game. That means we all agree we like the rules of that game. So the way we will have the most fun is by following the rules of the game. That's just my personal take on it. You know, some people don't like that, some people like to be a bit fast and loose with the rules, and that's fine if that's what your group's into. But if you want to really tilt me, like, announce halfway through the game unexpectedly that something doesn't work how I'm expecting it to work, I will quit your game on the spot. I'm sorry. Where's this last gem, by the way? It's somewhere in here. Oh no, so do you play free parking in Monopoly? Stratos, I don't play Monopoly, that's the secret. Don't play Monopoly, it is objectively not a fun game. Like, that's not even me making a take. The original intent of Monopoly, this is not a joke, this is not a bit, this is actual fact, you can check me on this. Monopoly was designed to not be fun. At the end of Monopoly, one person has all the money and everyone hates them for it. That is by design. Monopoly is actually just there we go. It's actually just a political statement on the evils of capitalism. That's actually why it's not fun, because it's not supposed to be. But to be more serious about it, free parking itself is a rule. But the rule about how if you land on you land on free parking or something, I know there's like a bunch of homebrew rules for Monopoly that people do that have no bearing of reality. Fun for me, especially when I have another ex-friend or lover, exactly. Well, you could do that. I mean, personally, I like Mario Party for that. You know. Rules as agreed upon things important. Would you be cool with a change or custom rule as long as it's consistent once it's changed? Yes, exactly that, 100%. There are a couple of rules I do change in Pathfinder, usually to the player's benefit. But yeah, as long as it's established ahead of time and it's consistent, I'm fine with it. It's when it's dropped on you out of nowhere as a surprise and or inconsistent. That's when it gets on my nerves. I remember I had an argument with someone when I was much younger. When I first got into D&D, I was playing okay, rip that guy, I guess. I was playing a vampire character in one of our many evil games, because, you know, every group has to do with the evil game. Those are always fun and work out balanced and reasonable and not at all obnoxiously. So we were doing the evil game. I was playing a vampire, and I had a character pinned, which in D&D at the time, in that version, if you are pinned, you have to make 2 checks to escape. You have to first make a check to escape being pinned, and then a second check to escape the grapple itself. Okay, but bees, why not? These guys are kind of funny looking, I like them. Wow, okay, absolutely destroyed. But yeah, and our DM at the time, who, I don't know if he was quite new at the game or whatever, he was DMing a scene, I had someone pinned, and he just had that character just immediately escape the grapple and leave. No magical assistance or anything, no checks were made, and I was just like, well, hold on, that's not how the game works. Like, you need to escape being pinned and then escape the grapple. And he's like, no, it works this way, because I said it works this way. And I didn't argue a point any more than that, but I'm like, okay, the rules no longer mean anything, you're gonna just make stuff up on the fly, just because it suits you. Alright, sure, yeah, I'm good, I'm gonna leave this game, thanks, have fun. You're allowed to have fun that way, but that ain't my idea of a good time. I think it's very important for the DM and the players to... I mean, I know there are some games where the rules do work a bit differently, but in a game where, like Pathfinder or D&D, in that game, the rules work the same for the players and the NPCs. It's very important that we're all playing the same game, because at the end of the day, like, if I'm playing by one set of rules and you're not, we're not playing the same, we're literally not playing the same game. Yeah, like, why do they let you do the pin, they won't just hand wave it? Exactly, yeah. It's not even like, I mean, this was 3rd edition, so like, I know that 5th edition has those kind of, for lack of a better word, those ass pull mechanics, like those, like you said, like legendary resistances and stuff, that allow you to kind of get out of a sticky situation like that, but 3rd edition doesn't have that, for better or worse. Okay, that's not a breakable thing. Fight me in Smash, play King of Fighters, I'll play Tekken, exactly, yeah. True. But yeah, I always kind of, I stand by, I will proudly call myself a rules lawyer because, again, I'm not here to try to leverage the rules. I have, and often do, as a player, bring up rules that are against our, like, disadvantage to us. Like, I'll set, like, there's been times where okay. You may have heard this, joke before, how every group has that one player who knows the rules inside and out. And if you don't think your group does have a player like that, you're probably that player. That is me. I am that player in the group. I will trot out the most obscure rules you've ever heard of, and I will do it on both sides because I don't... I'm not here to try and... We're not here to try and win by abusing the rules, you know? I'm not trying to angle shoot you in D&D. I'm trying to keep the rules fair and balanced because we agreed we like this game and we want to play the game, and there are lots of weird and wonderful edge cases, you know, in things like D&D and Pathfinder. How often are you going to need the rules for jumping horizontally or jumping vertically? Post! Oh, thank you for the raid! Welcome in! Signs of a raid! Heck yeah! Welcome in, Post! We give you a shout out, of course. Hope your stream went well for you. Shut up. Post. Jordan. Kira. Which I'm spelling it correctly this time, so I'm spelling my names. I accidentally misspelled our raid last stream and we raided someone completely at random. I think they were actually offline. There we go. Welcome in, raiders. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Helm-Chan, the perfectly normal robot maid. We're doing some Spyro tonight and I was rambling about tabletop games. Welcome in. Post, if you to go and take care of yourself. I completely understand. I hope that your stream went well for you then. You had a lot of fun with it. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Oh, dang it. Still counts. I was talking about rules lawyering in tabletop games and how it's something that I am proud of. Because, yeah, I think that the best way to have fun is by following the rules. My DM puts it to a vote in that campaign. Erase the slashing because I glued nails and it does slashing. We all agree if we do a different campaign, change it. That's fair. If everyone agrees on it, that's fine. I was delivering marriage, democracy, and Helldivers too. Oh, awesome. Heck yeah. Hope you're having fun with it. But yeah, at the end of the day, here's the thing. If everyone agrees on changing the rule, or if it's established ahead of time, that's fine. In fact, one rule I do have for my Pathfinder games, I actually nerf tieflings. Because in Pathfinder, by default, tieflings get energy resistance to, I think it's fire, electric, and cold. On top of the fact that they get, like, a bunch of other good stuff. That's, like, really good. So I actually nerf tieflings and say, no. Look, you can't get all that stuff. You can get one energy resistance. And I tell players that going into it. I am nerfing Yomi. She's had it too good for too long. I'm sorry. Look, I'm just saying, we haven't even, like... There are androids in Pathfinder, and they're pretty good, but they're not that good. Yomi OP, please nerf. Gonna have to nerf Yomi into the ground. But yeah, that's just kind of how I view things, like, when it comes to rules. It's a weird thing. I know it's like a bit of a new right thing, but the best quote I've heard about rules lawyers, not my original thought, this comes from the YouTuber Puffin Forest. there are two kinds of rules lawyers. The first are people like myself. So, rules lawyers that aren't here to try to swing an advantage in the game. You know, we're just here to maintain... We don't abuse the rules. We are trying to just help people understand and interpret them. We're not trying to cheese things to win the game. But then the other side you have are the rules attorneys. And the rules attorneys are the people who are there to try to leverage an advantage out of the situation. The ones that will go, well, technically it doesn't say this, therefore this is a perfectly valid interpretation. You know. But for the Yu-Gi-Oh card fans, since I'm not a player, is $9.99 for a Japanese card and a respectable price per card. Spidey, that would come down entirely to what card it is, because the age of the card, the quality, the condition of it, the card itself, that would change a lot of things. Like, depending on the card you've got, that could be massively overpriced or hilariously underpriced. So you'd have to say what kind of card it is. The best way to find out a card's price, every Yu-Gi-Oh card has a code on it. The bottom right of the picture, you will find an 8-digit code. Search for that code online. That would be the best way to work out what value that card is meant to be. Oh, dang it. Meant to be. At least one of those mystical elf. This is from 1998. I mean, mystical elf is not a good card by modern standards. So, like, I wouldn't expect it to be valuable, but you could get people that want to collect it for, like, nostalgia value. But honestly, I'd say the best bet would be just, yeah, go ahead and look up, like, other places that are selling it. Being Japanese wouldn't really significantly affect the price. If anything, it might potentially lower the price, because, again, Japanese cards aren't actually legal in organized play of Yu-Gi-Oh! Although that's not going to stop me. I am determined to go to my local, my locals and play my Japanese Frog the Jams when they eventually arrive. There we go. Wait, these guys are respawning. Oh, have I got to do these quickly, or is there a gimmick here I'm missing? Okay, I think they're just respawning. What am I missing here? I'm very clearly missing a trick. Let's actually try talking to the guy, maybe he'll clue us in.
These darn bugs are making a joke of my expensive robot scarecrows. Can you chase them down and flame them, Spyro?
Okay, no, I guess they do just respawn. Okay. Alright, that's kind of annoying, but there we go.
My fields are safe from those flying vermin,
Just post a link in the Discord for those interested. Just something I found while searching for common one and play twice. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean they might be alright. I don't know. Is that weird thing where Yu-Gi-Oh cards really do vary in prices so wildly? Oh no, if I want OCG cards, one of my judge players lives in Japan. Oh nice. I'm going to Japan later in this year, and I'm going to definitely try and pick up some OCG cards just for the fun of collecting them. I'm going to get at least one OCG Baguska. Even though I prefer TCG Baguska. I like Baguska too much, I want to have more of him. Oh, this is just going to come down. I'm alright! Alright, oh my gosh, so many mates tonight, welcome in! Forgot. Welcome in, maiders! You give me a shout, of course. Shout out. Alright. Me, there we go. There we go, welcome in, welcome maiders! For those of you who don't know me, I'm Helm-Chan, the perfectly normal robot maid. We're doing some Spyro 3 tonight, and we're going to, sorry, not 3, this is our third stream of Spyro 2, and we're going to be finishing the game up tonight. Hope you have garlic here. I think we have some in the kitchen, somewhere. But no, thank you for the raid, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you need to go and take care of yourself, you know, post-stream care, I completely understand, but thank you for the raid. I hope you had fun with whatever you were up to. Have some Japanese Pokemon cards putting out some weapon reserves. They were always fun to get because of how different they look to American cards. Oh man, I did have some. I had So okay, when I was a wee Helmlet, because again, Helm's been about for a while. When I was a wee Helmlet, I was there for Pokemon when it first hit. Of course, happy to be here. I enjoyed myself. Oh, well, of course. What a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. So, as a wee Helmlet, I was here when the TCG really kind of exploded, you know, back in the days when it was made by Wizards of the Coast. And I had some friends that had Japanese Pokemon cards around the time before Gen 2 came out. Kind of in that era where we had pictures of, you know, some of the Johto Pokemon, but we didn't know any of their actual names yet. And I remember one of my friends had a Steelix card and somehow successfully convinced everyone in the playground that it was actually a Crystal Onyx card because it had the Steel typing, and we didn't know that Steel type would be a thing. And they just convinced everyone that, yeah, it's a Crystal Onyx card, so there's going to be a new Crystal type, honestly. Peekaboo and Snubberoo, yes, exactly. I remember when one of my friends told me Miltank was going to be the name. I was like, wait, it's going to be called Milk Tank? That doesn't sound right. And yeah, no, that's just what they went with, I guess. This looks like an awkward jump to make. I feel like I'm going to run into this windmill. Yep, I was correct. These little days were so creative, scamming everyone. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of one of those. Not completely scamming, but sort of scamming. Okay. This is two stories in one of which I have shared. Dang it. So back in the oldie days, I think we actually turned this off, so I'm gonna come back to that later. Back in the oldie days, you know, I didn't have too many Pokemon cards. It was very rare that I could persuade Lady Helm to buy me any, and on the rare occasions that she did, it would usually just be, you know, a random booster. So, you know, I'd just get like whatever junk that I pulled out of the booster pack. However, one year with my birthday money, I bought a structure deck. And I can remember exactly which one it was. It was a Nidoqueen structure deck. And I was like, oh hell yeah, this is awesome. This is gonna have like 40 cards in it. That's really amazing. Heck yeah, huge amount of cards for like £10. Hell yeah. Very excited. Then I got home and I opened it. Now here's the thing, I did not know what a structure deck was. Because I was a dumb child. Also, I don't know why I'm actually going up from here. I don't know why I took this ladder. Oh, elevator rather. So I got home, I opened the structure deck, and I realised, like, 15 of these cards. Oh, you're right, it's 60 cards. You're right, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Brain rot. But yeah, so I got home and I realised that like 20 or 15 of these cards are energy cards. And most of these cards are duplicate cards. Because, of course they're duplicate cards. This is a playable deck. You can't just run one copy of Nidoran Mail. It doesn't work. But I didn't know that. And I was disappointed. Because I was sitting here thinking that I was going to get a bunch of really cool cards. And there were some cool cards. But there was also a buttload of energy cards and a buttload of cards that were just dupes. And I was disappointed. But I was kind of trying to, like, play it off like I was fine. Lady Helm is not stupid. Lady Helm could tell that I was disappointed. Lady Helm, bless her, phoned up the number on the box. I don't know whether it was Wizards or the Pokemon Company or Nintendo. She phoned up the company to complain that the structure deck contained a whole bunch of duplicate cards. And the very polite person working customer service politely explained to her the idea of structure decks. I'm very glad I was not in the room for that phone call because I would have been embarrassed into oblivion. So that's my first Pokemon story. But it kind of it springboards into my second, which is, so I now have like a bunch of dupes. You know, I've got like 4 copies of Nidoran male, 4 copies of Nidoran female, 3 Nidorinas, 3 Nidorinos, a bunch of trainer cards. I've got a whole bunch of dupes that I have no idea what to do with. So I try to appeal to the monkey brain of the child. By which I mean, I would go to the kids on the playground. Oh, I'm just trying to work out where to go. I'm kind of a bit lost, don't I, mate? I would go to the kids in the playground and I'd be like, hey, you've got like a hollow electrode there. That's a pretty cool card. Look, I will do you a really good deal. I will give you 10 cards for that one card. Like, that's a really good deal, right? You're getting 10 cards for that one. And the kids are like, wow, 10 cards? Heck yeah, that's a great deal. I mean, I don't know whether I was actually scanning them. I don't know if those cards had any value back then, but I definitely wouldn't be trying that now, I'll just put it this way. Mind you, it then kind of paid off in reverse a little bit. When I got into secondary school, I'm sure most of you guys either went through this phase or know someone that did, whereby you get into high school or middle school or whatever school, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to play Pokemon anymore. That's a kid's game. I'm too old for Pokemon. So like suddenly you don't care about any of your old stuff. I knew a lot of kids like that. Not very well, mind you, but I knew a lot of kids like that. And I took advantage of that because I would go to them and say, hey, have you got any old Pokemon cards? If you've got any hollows, I'll give you like £2 for them. And they were like, hell yeah, because these were like teenagers that had no income of their own. And they weren't going to be playing their Pokemon cards anytime soon, so they thought that was a heckin' good deal. I don't remember getting too many cards this way, but I know for a fact that I 100% got a fossil Raichu for like £1 off a kid this way. Dang it. Okay, I think I should have to make this jump. Did you 10 for the jams for 1 CR, Faris? Honestly, I was considering that Faris has a printing in Rarity Collection. I think you would actually come off worse for that deal. I'm genuinely serious. I think you would actually have, like you would get more value out of selling the From the Jams. Was it Shadowless? Otherwise it's not too high value. I have no idea. I don't even know where it is. I don't know where any of my Pokemon cards are these days. And even if I did know where they were, I definitely did not keep them in good condition. I can actually tell you, I remember my Pokemon cards, I kept in a tin. Now that doesn't sound too crazy, you know, you hear of people keeping Yu-Gi-Oh cards or Pokemon cards in tins all the time. In fact, they sell Pokemon cards in tins. Yeah, not that kind of tin. The tin that I kept my cards in was like a large round tin that used to contain lollipops. So those cards were rattling about in there all day. Frog the Jam is pennies, just like Sky stepped out. Stratos, you should do a price check on Frog the Jam. You might be surprised. Don't get me wrong, he's not like super valuable, but he is a couple bucks because, you know, it's an old card. Now, if you were talking about Slime Toad, now that would probably be pennies. But if you wanted an actual Frog the Jam card, now that would cost you a fair few bit. Hi Zan, welcome in. Welcome. Have a good evening.
Some fool robot blocked the path up. Do you think you can clear things up with a bit of supercharge?
I reckon I darn there could. That was a terrible attempt at an accent. I do apologise. I'm not good at American accents. I'm not good at any accent, to be honest, but oh, dang it. Oh, what is up? New SteamWorld game looks neat. True. SteamWorld Farm. Let's go. Actually, genuinely, I would play that. If they made like a SteamWorld farming simulator, I would 100% play that. I was on TCG Player earlier. Frog is like 20 cents. No, he cannot be. I bought Frog the Jam from TCG Player. And like, if you wanted a good copy, it was like $5. This is like really crashed in the past year or so. Which I guess is possible, maybe? Someone's on 600 euros for it. But yeah, I have seen slabbed copies of Frog the Jam asking for like £80, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't need it. I really don't need it. But if I ever did get a slabbed graded card, it would definitely be Frog the Jam. Although mind you, these days it probably would be kind of hard to get hold of. Yeah, double check on TCG player, Stress. And also, Stress, make sure you are looking for Frog the Jam. Because, dang it. I would imagine Slime Toad probably is pennies, but make sure you are looking at the McDonald's promo printing and not the reprinting where they errated the name. Because I think you will find those two have very different price points. Just because one of them is kind of old and a bit of a collector's item at this point. I think we actually do this correctly this time. Okay, let's not bump into the wall. There we go!
Fine piece of steering that was, Dragon. Here, take this thingamajig I found in the cow pen.
Boy, hell yeah, I sure darn will. At least when I was baked chicken's cheap. Yeah, there you go. Alright, so we got all the orbs, just the gems to go, which I think we actually missed them along this track, so if we just go over this again, we should find some of them. Ah. Okay, well we can maybe glide this bit. Actually, okay, so there's no more gems. Oh, there's one over there. Very funny to me actually when it comes to like trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards. When I went to locals, for some reason no one wants to like, you know, when you go to locals, you try and trade cards, and obviously both people want to make sure that they're not getting ripped off. Perfectly understandable. I totally get that, and I agree. Like, yeah, it makes sense to price up cards and make sure that both players are getting, you know, either equal value or at least enough of a change in value that both sides are okay with it, and you know the other player. You know, the person losing out is okay with that loss and knows the difference that they're paying out here, you know? But the weird thing I found was at my locals, for some reason, no one likes using Card Market. They all want to use eBay, and I'm just like, you realize eBay, like, really overinflates card prices, right? Like, you will get them way cheaper if you get them from something like Card Market or TCG. Well, I mean, TCG Player maybe isn't an option over here, but, you know, in America, TCG Player is just really weird to me. It's like some people just are wanting to get themselves ripped off for some reason. Oh, it's literally just repair, isn't it? Yeah. Is that all the gems, or we missed one? We missed one. Alright. Nearly done, though. I prefer TCG Plexus cheap to Amazon. Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely don't get cards through Amazon. I've never bought cards through Amazon, but I have, like, on occasion, just, like, looked at them out of kind of curiosity, like, how much they're going for. Like, yeah, Amazon prices are way over the mark. The only product I would say to buy from Amazon, like, if you want to buy cards, is, like, sealed product, you know? If you wanted to get, like, sealed product that might be a little bit hard to find these days. Like, I remember seeing a dual Devastator box going up on Amazon once for, like, honestly, not a bad price. I think it was, like, 30 or 40 pounds. Pretty decent price for it, honestly. Like, that's fine. But I never buy singles on Amazon, personally. Oh. Okay, there it is, right here. Alright, 400 out of 400 gems. And the other thing is, with this game is, it doesn't tell you what levels you haven't been to. So there's a good chance we could beat the final boss and then finally miss an entire level. So I think we've got all of them. I think we've gotten all the levels. But I'm not 100% sure. Oh wait, we did the whirlwind skin up there. Yeah. That way. Did I bought from eBay before? I bought a couple bits from eBay. I bought a Gate Guardian core from eBay, mostly because it was just convenient. It was a local seller, cheap postage. It actually, in that particular instance, because I was buying basically a bunch of bulk commons, it did work out okay. Because if I was doing it on Card Market, buying from all the different sellers would have worked out more expensive because of all the postage combining, but yeah. Bought an older P-Band from Amazon at a bit of a markup. I know I was overpaying, I had the money at the time. I didn't think Bandai was going to do more runs of the airspace for weapon builds. That's fair by I don't mind eBay for kits. I actually got most of my model kits from eBay. Especially if it's like a P-Bandai kit or like a more obscure kit, like, that's perfectly reasonable. Or Amazon as well, same thing.
Oh! Hey!
I think the key difference is when it comes to buying like old kits from Amazon, you normally don't have much of a choice in the matter. It's normally a case of get them here or good luck finding them elsewhere. Whereas if you're trying to get like Yu-Gi-Oh cards, well, those usually don't go out of fashion for a while, you know, so you can usually find them elsewhere. Alright, 550 gems. Now, have we done everything? I have no idea. I think there's like a portal in the middle here that lights up. Oh no, that's late. That's after the boss. Well, let's have a look at the number of levels we've done. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4. We've done 5 levels. Oh. Right, Canyon Speedway has a hidden... Right, I keep forgetting the Speedways have 2 objectives and not 1. Let's go back and tackle that. I was as good as long as I've got training cards. 100% agree. Honestly, genuinely, if you want to buy model kits or anything that's like kind of pricey, like model kits or like digivices, Amazon JP is genuinely worth a look. You are probably going to get hammered for postage. Like the postage will probably be more expensive than anything local, but you'll often find that due to exchange rates, the actual product itself will often be significantly cheaper. I've bought a lot of model kits and a lot of Digimon stuff from Amazon JP, and I'm not gonna lie, the postage was really fast, like faster than some of the UK stuff I've done. I think the only kit I've ever regretted getting Amazon was my Real Great Epion. Paid 50 US for it, and then I found one for 30 US with free shipping from a Japanese store the day the kit shipped. Oh, that's always the worst. That is always the worst. That is unfortunate. I didn't realise that real grades were that cheap, I'll be honest. I thought real grades were like... I've never built real grades, but I always thought they were kind of more in like the kind of 70, 80 range. I know they're quite small, but I thought like, you know, because they're so detailed. My hand, Stratos, what did you do with your hand? What did you do with your hand, Stratos? I'm not qualified to treat that. I can't help you with that. Alright, so we're looking for like a guy. There's like a guy around here that's got like an orb over his head and he's got like another objective for us. I did see him out of the corner of my eye when we were doing the first run, so I think he's like in the main canyon bit there. Made food. Okay, well that's alright. At least you're making food. Hopefully something tasty. Come to think of it, I need to work out what I'm going to make for food when I'm done with stream tonight. I haven't eaten yet tonight. Okay, I thought he was like around here, but I think I'm wrong. Let's try taking the charge route. Thankfully, because we've cleared the stage, we have like unlimited time to just explore and find the guy. Oh man, you know what? I have not got it in the house. But you know what I really want to make right now, but there's no way I could possibly get it at this time of night? I really want a Philly cheesesteak sandwich right now. I don't know why, I've got a real craving for it. I think I've got some mince downstairs, but that's not quite the same. I could make tacos. I could make burgers, actually. 4 AM burgers, you know, why not? Okay, where's this guy? He's got to be here somewhere. You've already got a burning boiler. He's got that chip was up in a smaller RG, certainly smaller than the RG new in Cesarbia. Those two are such an Alex Master Grade. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's very funny when you get like the kits that are really large for their scale. A friend of mine got me once for Christmas. Not Christmas, it was my birthday. A friend of mine got me the high-grade Kshatriya, and that thing is an absolute beast. Like, it's not necessarily tall, but it's like really wide. Basically the size of a master grade, I'd say. I can teach you how to make cheese. Oh, I know how to make them, I just don't have any steak in the house is the problem. That's the issue. Actually, can't think of it, I don't know if I've got any cheese either. So I'm missing both the cheese and the steak. So it's kind of a bit of an issue if I was going to do cheesesteak. Let's see, where is this guy? I know that I saw him. Oh, he's over here, isn't he? No beef at second house, I'm a beef with that. Here we go, it's Hunter. Hello, Hunter.
Are you ready to try out my plane? I just fixed it, and I'm pretty sure it won't crash now.
I am filled with confidence.
Okay, Spyro, here's what you gotta do. I've got the plane on remote control, so all you have to do is hit the targets with your machine gun. Press the attack button to fire the gun, and use your left stick to aim.
Ah, yes, for our neutral special, we use a gun. So this is literally just an auto-scroller. Oh, we can hold fire. Excellent. I wasn't sure if we had to hold it or we had to tap it. Is this supposed to be a kids' game? Yeah, we can have machine guns in kids' games. We're not owned by 4Kids. We're allowed guns. I mean, it's barely even a machine gun. It's more of a pew-pew laser gun, in my opinion, I'd say. Certainly far less daka-daka and much more pew-pew-pew. Snake should have been DLC so he had a gun. I'll put Snake in Spyro. Oh, Colonel, I'm trying to collect all the gems, but I'm dummy thick. The clapping on my ass cheeks keeps loading the gnorks. Oh, it's a bit Nerf gun battle dragon. True. That is one of the absolute worst censorship jobs. I showed videos back in the days. It looks so satisfying when you play it smooth. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that one was pretty smooth. I mean, I've definitely had some times where I got stuck with this game, but I'm not too bad at these ones, I gotta say. We got 63 orbs. That's very close to being nice, but not quite there. Let's get out of here because we don't need anything else in this area. Oh, in fact, Gundam beam sabers in canon are actually all the same colour. It just shoots different colours to show good from bad guys, same with laser sounds. Wait. They don't have beam sabers. Zeon zones don't use beam sabers. They have beam axes, or heat hawks rather. Right? I insane? Like, Zeon never had a beam saber. Unless I'm misremembering that. I don't think confident enough to see it. Reasonably confident. I don't like to be full of myself, I like to stay humble, but this is a game that I am decently experienced. Well, at least, not this particular game, but Spyro in general I'm decently experienced with. Adapted them later. Ah, okay. I do know one thing with Gundam that I find very funny is, in the Gundam series, when mobile suits explode in space, they explode pink. And the only reason why that is because they ran out of red paint. Oh no! An error has happened. That's disconcerting. Oh dear, I just hope that hasn't ruined things. This happened once before. Let me make sure to see if we are... Oh, bugger it! Well, the recording is still happening. So, unfortunately, it seems that there's an issue. And the issue is, my internet has gone down. We're going to try and keep the recording running to see whether or not we can salvage this. Because sometimes this doesn't last very long, and sometimes this lasts frustratingly long. Would you please, internet, not do this? I would really appreciate that. Oh my goodness, not now! Why now? Alright. Let's notify everyone on the Discord. Why does it do this? So frustrating. I think it's not even like the internet itself going down. I think it's the router just like doing a stupid update or something. Well, let's take a step away for a moment. Be right back. Okay, my apologies for that. My internet just went down entirely for a moment there. I think it was my router attempting to update itself. So my apologies for that. I may need to do a thing with the chat because the chat seems to. Oh no, we're back in. Okay, we're good. We are probably going to get jump scared with an advert, and I do apologize for that. I'm gonna wait before we go into the final boss here to just let that ride itself out. So yeah, I do apologize. My router is set to auto update, and I have no idea how or if it is physically possible for me to change that. The problem is that it updates at 2 in the morning, roughly, which for your average person would be wonderful. For me, that is literally the most inconvenient time it could feasibly happen. Because that's when I'm most active and when I'm streaming. Welcome back, that is a bullies definitely happens. Yeah, it's so frustrating. I maybe should actually see if I can look into configuring that so that it doesn't do it during stream hours. Like, if I could configure that for like 9 in the morning or so, that would probably be ideal for me, to be honest. But yeah, unfortunately, that is a thing. Well, sorry about that. It is what it is. Unfortunately, internet is what it is. But we're just going to have a little bit of a... We're just going to kind of mull about for a little bit because I know we are going to get the jump scare. And I would hate for us to get the advert jump scare happening in the middle of the final boss fight. I want everyone to see the final boss. You're up at 9 a.m. every time I catch you. Okay, Spyro, you're not wrong, but that's not ideal. 9 a.m. is actually very, very late, even for me. I'm actually going to be trying to do something about that because my sleep schedule has gotten even worse. My ideal sleep schedule is fall asleep at like 6 in the morning and wake up at 3 in the afternoon. I've kind of settled into a really bad one of going to sleep between like 7 and 8 and 9 in the morning and waking up at like 5:30 in the afternoon, which is really bad. Like, I'm not late for anything, but it's really not what I want to be at. Oh yes, of course, it's technically a second stream, so heck yeah, 19, you get the best seat in the house, you get double best seats in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Let's explore, make sure we haven't missed any portals. I think we have got everything, fun enough, so it's very awkward timing that was when the crash happened, but well, on the plus side, at least it was my internet's down. There was, when it happens, it pops up in the corner and says, OBS is disconnected. And I had a couple moments in the past where that happened without my internet going down, and it made me worry that something was wrong with OBS altogether. Thankfully, though, at least this time there's an easy explanation for it. I'm going to have to start being like Ed's pals and take your stairs when they're grounded. Oh my god, yeah. Good old Ed and Eddie. Yeah, so I think we have done everything. Well, I say done everything. Obviously, we have the final boss, and there is a little bit of post-game content to do as well. Not much. But we're definitely getting near the end. This is going to be it's going to end up being a bit of a shorter stream, and that's fine. You know, nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to... We can have a bit of a chat afterwards. What's that? Oh, just a texture, okay. A bit of a chat afterwards, but, hey, if we're finishing early, that means we just get to fade into Yomi. Heck yeah. Because Yomi has been working so hard, and we're trying to give her all our love and support. So... yeah, definitely. So, once we're dealt with the advert jump scare monster, we'll get ourselves into the final fight, and yeah. I know I'm just kind of milling around right now, but I want to make sure that those that are trapped in the banished zone of the advert monster are taken care of. It would be rude to go to the final boss. Whoever does Twitch's ads mixing sucks. That same ad is silent first time, the next ad is deafening loud. That's probably less on Twitch's side and more just on like the people submitting them, but yeah. I hate when you get... Wait a sec. I've got this entire game and only now discovered that the right trigger is an alternative button for the fire breath. Huh. Fair enough. Hem, I don't know if you saw in general, but I wanted to know if I could DM you something. I wanted to tell you, oh yeah, my DMs are open. The only thing I would ask is, please be patient that it might take me a while to get to them. My DMs are generally open. If it's something that requires my attention specifically, you can DM me there. If it is something like, just kind of general chatter, like, I don't mean to sound impolite, but obviously I try to keep my DMs generally clear for, like, friends. But yeah, you can DM me there. You don't have to ask for permission to before you do. All I'd ask is if it's just like, just regular conversation, just try to do that in the Discord. Which, hey, you know what? This is a perfect segue to segue into !Discord. If you're not part of it already, the Helm Manor is open for business. Feel free to join if you'd like to hang out with the rest of your guests here and know when I'm going live. We will be having some events in the future, including exclusive play tests with my board game we're working on, so please look forward to that. Alrighty then, everyone should be back now, so let us progress forth into Ripto's arena.
Now that you've got the orbs, Ripto's demise is only moments away, right? Right? Well, anyway, good luck. He's right through this door.
Oh no, Stratus, you're fine. It's fine. Basically, it's just like, people messaging just say like, hi. And it's like, yeah, sure. Like, if you've got something in particular you want to ask me or contribute about, that's fine. No, not the sheep!
Come back here, you useless animals!
Hey, Shorty, maybe I can help.
What?
Bit rich calling him shorty, Spyro. You're like shorter than he is.
If you want to test that power crystal, why don't you try it on me? I'll stand still, I promise.
I like
Yeah, he is for sure.
Dragon, you've just sealed your fate!
Alright, final boss, Ripto. How strong could he be? He's like tiny. Also, I always thought his horn looks very silly. I don't know, a single horn like that just looks kind of goofy.
Spyro, we want to help you fight Ripto. Elora is using the orbs you collected to store power-up energy. Hunter will throw the powered-up orbs to you as they become ready. Even as we speak, the professor is experimenting with new forms of power-up energy, so you'll soon have abilities that no one has ever seen before.
Well, it turns out the real orbs were the friends we made along the way. Oh, actually, wait, Spyro, he's actually bigger than you. So we collect the orbs, and you can see them three up in the corner here. And when they get all three of them, we get a power-up, which in this case is green goop breath, I guess. I always thought this means, hi, give me the virus, they go to true. Unfortunately, he can also grab the orbs, and we don't want that to happen, so... We can't be stun him from getting the orbs before we do. Goop breath! I actually don't think he has iframes either. But he is kind of fast. Oh, actually, what? Yeah, it's like, I will be, not that I'm complaining, I've been quite... Okay, we literally just jumped into one, sure. I've been quite lucky in terms of not getting tons of bot spam so far. It's very funny though, I got one once where someone was like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of your work, and this, that, the other. And I said, oh really? What of my stuff do you like in particular? And it was very funny because, yeah, obviously the bot has no idea what it is. Like, it's not like I was fishing for a compliment, it was more just like, do you actually know what you're talking about, or are you just like, just talking nonsense? Right, I mean, we really got him, it's just like one more hit to go and we've not even been touched, so... Cool boss, I guess. Oh, it's supercharge. There we go. I love your content.exe, exactly, yeah. Uh-oh. Phase transition! He has a friend! The Robo-Gulp! Oh, yeah, he is also leading his shots. Just like Gulp did. Good breath. Okay, so he doesn't have some iframes, but like... Yeah, you spell like... We just got like half his health bar on one cycle there. No. Drink. Haha. Oh, dang it. Okay, well, I guess I can't ask for that. Oh, come on, is that like stuck in his hip? It's stuck in his hitbox. We physically can't get that one. That's a shame. Oh, dang it. Give me sparks back. Okay, one more orb, please, Hunter. Just one more orb in range would be nice. There we go. I think we actually got a kind of skip there. But 2 hits in quick succession. Robo Goat, or Rowboat for short. True. Oh wait, face me. It's a pterodactyl, but the P is silent. You know, you could have just done that earlier. If we weren't flying, we'd be dead. Anyway, this is just infinite fire breath. Ow! Stop that. How do we dodge those? I guess that'll do it. Yeah, okay. Well, we found the use for the somersault button, I guess. We tried doing a battle roll, but I can't! I can only do somersaults. Where'd he go? Where did he go? I was over there. Right, a somersault! Use the boost to get through! I was never very good at Star Fox, I'll be honest. But I will say, Star Fox was the first time I ever stayed up late. As a friend over Ripto, a sleepover, we were up till 1 o'clock playing it. Good times. No, not the Scrap Raptor! Oh. Well, I mean, he was trying to do it to us, so it's just desserts, right? Yay! We saved the castle.
Hey!
I don't think we could ever thank you enough, Spyro. I suppose you have to go now?
Yeah, I better. They'll be missing me in the Dragon Worlds, and I've still got a vacation to take. I need it more than ever now.
Before you go, I think that Moneybags has something he wants to give you.
I most certainly do not.
Hunter?
I love Moneybags. Great voice actor.
Spyro, Moneybags is very sorry that he made you pay so much on your way through Avalar. We want you to keep the gems as a reward for helping us.
Wow, thanks. Sparks, can you grab
I'm
them?
gonna lie, I'm not afraid, but the goat is cute. Yeah, look at her, she is.
Coordinates and there. Spyro, you can now go to Dragon Shores.
Hey, why don't you guys come with me? I bet you could use a holiday.
I'm afraid we can't, Spyro. Ripto may be gone, but he caused a lot of damage during his short stay. We'll be cleaning up for weeks. Just remember, though, that you can always get back to Avalar from Dragon Shores if you want to visit.
Well, okay. Come on, Sparks. We got a lot of vacation to catch up on. Yeah.
And he means it. We actually get to go on vacation now. So we saw the credits in Spyro 1. We're going to watch the whole thing again. We're going to skip through this time. Ripto defeated. Want to date the go-go? You're allowed. You're allowed. I said, I'm not a furry, but that doesn't mean that she can't be cute. So yeah, we are now literally on vacation. This is the bonus world. Literally just Spyro on vacation on Dragon Shores.
Well done, Spyro. Step right into Dragon Shores Park. By the way, if you win 10 tokens, you can visit our theater.
Yeah, little bonus world. This is like they did a bonus world in Spyro 1, but this is way more fleshed out. It's wonderful. So again, but you can see here, 10,000 gems, 64 orbs. Well, we've got 63 orbs and 9,600 gems. I wonder if we can get the rest here.
Step right up, Spyro, and take a look at what we've got for you today. Inside this here booth, you'll find some of the most vicious creatures you've ever seen. Here's a baseball to spit, sport. Take aim, shoot at the target, and watch as the terrifying creatures fall into the water below. But don't worry, you won't hurt them.
Oh, that's a baseball! Sorry, I've had a lot of Jojo on my mind lately. I'm not a furry, but she's cute. So here's the thing. Here's how I look at it. This is my stance on it. The way I look at it, she's cute despite being a furry. You know? Not because she's a furry. That's the difference. That's how I justify it to myself. That's how I sleep at night. Sploosh.
was pretty funny, wasn't it? Take this token for being such a good shot.
We'll become a lifer. This guy easily wifeable. I mean, I love a woman in a nice suit and like no top hat, you know, vests. Like this would be easily wifeable. This wouldn't even be a challenge. It's like super funny. You get no response from me. Yeah, so you can just keep dunking these guys. I don't do anything. But you can just keep dunking for fun.
This is pretty easy, isn't it? Have another one of these.
Oh wait, no, you get more tokens. Okay, I think he gives you like a few tokens. We need 10 in total. Like King K rules that cousin. He kind of does. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, it's not the chef because this guy was a jerk. Oh, I missed. I actually missed. There we go.
Wow, you really are a great shot. Take this. It's my last token.
Here we go. Last token from this guy.
Have another shot if you want, kid.
Yeah, you can keep shooting, but it's just for fun at that point. Let's see what else I've got along here. A screaming good time.
Welcome to the Dragon Shores Coaster. Here at the shores, we don't just ride, though. If you can pop all the balloons on the track, a token is waiting for you.
I think this was actually kind of challenging, actually, now I think about it.
Watch out for the other coasters out there. It's a crowded track today.
Pop all the balloons. Yeah, it's trouble with the trolley round 2, but this one's not as bad. It is challenging, but not as bad as the original trolley minigame. Thankfully, the balloons have an extremely generous hitbox. Inspired a female dragon friend? Oh, dang it, I missed one. Not in this game. That might be something I did later. I don't think you actually see any female dragons in the Spyro trilogy originally. Actually, no, I tell a lie, actually. The antagonist of the third game is a female dragon. She definitely doesn't become friends with Spyro. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely not on good terms. Also, who left all these babies on the track? That seems like a real hazard. There we go.
Good job, Dragon. Here's a token for you.
Female Dragon was on the PS3, 4 game. That makes sense. I never played any of those ones, so yeah.
I'll flip this switch, and now you can ride more tracks. See if you can pop the balloons on these tracks too.
Your fault. Why are you leaving babies on the
For
line?
the other coasters out there, it's a crowd.
Alright, more balloons to pop. 50 this time. We can do this. We're not gonna have any trouble with the trolley, eh? I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the sound these balloons make. It's got that kind of squeaky rubber pop sound that kind of like puts your teeth on edge, you know? Dang it, else too early.
Ow! That looked.
Let's try it again. My hands are falling to sit them down for a sec. That's what the babysitter is for, though! Okay, we'll come back to this bit. Missed the turn. At least you haven't got to do this in one cycle. You can redo this. How are we going to get that one? Not paying to sit on the baby's fare. I mean, I'm being a bit quiet here, just trying to focus these. This minigame is a little bit challenging, but also like very long, so I want to try to minimize how many times I have to try and do it. Oh, now we couldn't actually do that. Dang. How are we going to take that turn when the baby's in the way? Dang it, I was so busy distracted I wasn't thinking. Okay, hello! It's like one to me. This is definitely two. This is definitely two, but welcome in. Alright. We're having trouble with the trolley, eh? What if we can hold it in midair and that will just work? Why are there babies on track? That's what we've been trying to decipher. Apparently it's your dirty girl's fault. That's what I'm claiming anyway, I don't know. I'm not here to point fingers, I'm just saying, just pass on the message. as a game, upgrade to run in every way. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, honestly. This and Crash 2 are both very much just flat upgrades over the original, I'd say. I think the only thing I would say that this game is a little bit weaker than Spyro 1 in is pacing. Just insofar as Spyro 1 had... Hey, look, it's literally Sonic the Hedgehog. Spyro 1 had, I think it was 6 worlds. This one only had 3. And the middle world had a lot more content than the first and third worlds. I think I probably could have split it into a 4th world, but that's a minor complaint, not a huge one. Few of them babies aren't babes, I'm leaving a few dolls on trying to make it a trolley problem, dang it!
This time you'll need to use the cannon installed on your car to shoot down balloons as well. Are you gonna give it a try?
We'll give it a try.
For the other coasters out there.
I wonder if we could shoot the other coasters, that'd be very funny if it actually did penalise you for that. Oh, it actually just goes through them, okay. They're just phasing through the bullets. Oh, so they'll shoot the red ones, I see. Shoot the infants. Pop the baby. Pop the baby, son of Dino. That was not the right shot. Okay, let's try again. Shoot them. What is with chat? Why is chat so murderous towards babies tonight? Kick the baby. I swear, you're not all Dino players, I can tell. But again, I think these are like turtles, so I guess they like kind of like dinosaurs. Yep, you're all Dino players. You're all Dino players. Can't believe it. 36-hit combo the baby. It's all fun and games until the baby hits you with the just perfect block. Okay, let's try again. We missed that. Okay, go on. Oh, I missed that second red. Dang it. Okay. What is with chat and the desire to hit the baby? Exodia the baby! Exodia, obliterate this literal infant! There we go, got that one. Frame trap the baby! How many ways can we ruin this baby's life? Send the baby to the Shadow Realm. I did not realise that the guests were so anti-baby tonight. I'm not even necessarily saying I'm disagreeing, but as far as Kamehameha, tribute the baby. Kind of the baby. I suppose the baby exotic is a bit of its diapers. True. True. Okay, just gotta get these 2 guys here. 2 balloons, and this is the last of the trouble with the trolley we're gonna have. These are actually kind of awkward angles, not gonna lie. But wow, this. I am probably making this look way harder than it actually is, but oh, this probably looks way easier than it feels. The timing is a little finicky, and the cannon does not have a particularly good rate of fire. Almost. Well, Zeta, hello! Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Kaiju and the baby just open adoption. Oh my gosh, you guys. There we go.
Wow, you're a natural. You've conquered the coaster. Here's my last token.
There we go. Oh, the babies are dealt with, guys. We haven't got to bully the babies anymore.
Wanna ride the coaster just for...
No.
You know, roller coasters aren't for everyone. Come on back again sometime.
He's got a good point there, actually. I quite like roller coasters. I actually am a big fan of roller coasters. I have a friend who is not someone that you would expect this to be the case. He is really bad at roller coasters. Like, he will not ride any kind of roller coaster if it's got a loop in it. And it's very funny because he doesn't seem like that sort of guy. He seems like the kind of guy that you think would be all on board for it.
Free! You pay no money down and make no monthly payments.
Oh yeah, no monthly payments.
I'll give you 1 token. 1 is all I can give, but you can ride as many times as you'd like.
Alright, well, I'm gonna take you for a ride.
Aboard, my friend.
Alright, who are we gonna get matched with? It's a trap! It just goes around the other side. You just hear, "You fell for it, fool! Thundercross spit attack!" Alright, who do we end up with? What's the goat girls? Can we get a goat girl? I guess that's sort of goat girls by virtue of them. No, we get the awkward monk guy. Well, that's an awkward dinner.
Promised, here's your 1 token. When you have 10 tokens, try visiting the Dragon Shores Theater.
There we go. Is that like they're just having a good time, okay? It's just a fun little ride. Don't think about it too hard.
Hiya, Spyro! I hear you're a pretty good shot. How'd you like to try my shooting gallery?
Alright, shooting gallery, we can do
I'll
this.
set the timer for you.
I mean, this really is not hard. Like, there's no like fall off on this shot. You just gotta leave ever so slightly for the one in the back, and you're pretty much good.
Nice shooting.
There's siblings, exactly, yeah. Exactly. Maybe upside down at high speeds again, I'll just fall down the stairs. Don't fall down the stairs again, Stratus. Please don't fall down the stairs again.
Okay, I'll set the timer.
Right, round 2. Otherwise, you got guys this time. These are actually, we're burning people here. These are actual, like, living creatures. Like, these are actually easier than the first round.
Nice shooting. Here's a token.
Alright, 1 more token, then we get to go into the final theatre.
Next round. Okay.
I can't help but notice we have not acquired any gems or orbs yet. We need 1 more gem and like, so 1 more orb and like 4,000 gems.
Great. Here is my last token.
That Futurama reference could be. Well, no, it wouldn't be Futurama reference, not with this game's original date. Alright, we got 10 tokens. That lets us into the theatre, right?
Well, Spyro, it's your lucky day. You've managed to win enough tokens to enter the famous Dragon Shores Theater. Go on in and enjoy the show.
Alright, let's see what's playing on at the theatre. It could be Steamboat Willie. I mean, that is, you know, copyright free now. Yeah, so this is literally just replaying the cutscenes. Which means we have in fact missed something, because we need 64 gems and 10,000 gems and 64 orbs. We're lacking 400. So we've clearly missed something here. But every single area we've been to seems to be 100%ed. So there's clearly got to be one level with like a bunch of gems and 1 orb specifically. I have no idea where it is. Let's have a walk around. Speaking of roller coaster, back in July, my dad went to take me and my brother on the Flume water roller coaster. Our famous music would come. My brother probably fought my dad over going on. I was about to cancel the whole idea to go and find back my fear. Honestly, I hope you had a good time with it, because at the end of the day, so I used to be scared of roller coasters. True fact, like I used to be like pretty like really chicken over roller coasters. What got me over my fear was a fact I learned. And this is a true fact. This isn't like a bit or anything. This is actual just facts. Roller coasters are, statistically speaking, the safest form of transport. You are far, far, far more likely to be involved in a car accident or a plane accident or a boat accident than a roller coaster accident. And that made it a lot easier for me to kind of deal with them. So I have no idea where this last 400 gems is. I'm trying to engage in search mode. Exactly, yeah. So here's the thing, like every level's got more than 1 orb. Dragon Shores doesn't have any, because if Dragon Shores had an orb... Hey, Super Maker! So yeah, if Dragon Shores had anything here, it would be shown in the guidebook. So I think I'm gonna try looking in the very first warp room or home world to see if maybe the portal that they called Spyro through, maybe that has a thing. Do you hear more disturbing to it? Well, it's always not too disturbing, Viking. Nothing too often. Oh, how certain people who breathe air will die. Dang. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. Everyone that ever drank water died. Also true. But those videos of people for like us are getting. Here's the thing. The accidents happen. Like, that doesn't mean they don't happen, but you are more likely to be involved in a car accident than a roller coaster accident. And one other thing to bear in mind is, you know, no one, like, you don't hear about people talk about car accidents unless they involve them, you know? So it's like, yeah, you're going to hear about roller coaster accidents all the time. 100% of drowning victims drank water not long before they died. Oh, okay, fair enough. So I have no idea where this last set of ore of crystals are. Let's see. Because, so here's what, wait. It can't be, I was thinking maybe it's a speedway, but like, it can't be the speedways, right? Because the speedways are like, it could be a speedway. Is there a secret speedway? Ah. It must be a speedway level, right? Because we're missing 1 gem and 400 crystals. Sorry, I keep getting them the wrong way around. 400 gems and 1 orb. It must be a speedway level somewhere. But where? I feel like we explored these all pretty well. Unless it's like... Do we cheat? Do we just cheat and look it up is the question. I'm not above doing that if we get too stumped. I don't want to yeah, I'm having fun being here, but I don't want to just be wandering around aimlessly for no reason. But up here is that? I do feel quietly confident we've got everything in this level, but... Which one of the completion doesn't have a speedway listed? Well, that's the problem, right? They all do. So, Autumn Plains lists Metro Speedway, Winter Tundra lists Canyon Speedway, and Summer Forest lists Ocean Speedway. So we've got a speedway listed on every single one. Unless... Let's go to Dragon's Shores. What if there's a portal in Dragon's Shores? I wasn't there level last week, which I have to go back to. I might have missed something there. We did take care of that. Basically, the levels we had to go back to were levels that we needed an ability for, but we can't dive in this. I was just thinking, what if they hid a portal here that you could only get to from here? But I don't think that's actually the case. No. Yeah, we definitely can't go in there. Alright, we're cheating, we're Googling it. We're Googling it because I don't want to be... Let's see. Funnily enough, when I started Googling it, I found the exact thing here. Aha! There is a speedway we missed in Ocean Plains. Gotcha. Alright. Well, I'm glad we looked that up, because I probably would have not found that for a long while. And it was a speedway then, huh? The gyms were a limited time event that can no longer be accessed. But if you would like to buy this DLC, you can go back in time and access the content. Unfortunately, the DLC will only be available for, like, you know, the next 5 seconds. So we're going back to Autumn Plains, just in the very first world. So apparently there's a second... Actually, this was the third one, wasn't it? Second one, rather. Numbers. Numbers are hard today. Yeah, so apparently there's 2 speedways in this world specifically. Zippy, hello! Welcome and have a good evening. We're on our hunt for the final objective. There is one more... Okay, so this is the second walk. There's one more speedway we've got to find in this. Now, we've done one in this area, which I believe is up here. Wait, did we just not do this level? Oh, we've done Metro Speedway. We've done Metro Speedway. Okay, so this is what we did do. So we're missing another speedway. We're going to look out for anything that looks like a portal or that might lead to a portal. Oh, I think I might actually know where it might be. Because there's a way we can get on the roof of this castle. And we had to do it to get the gems. But we didn't spend much time up there. I think there may be a portal up there that we just passed by. Oh, dang it. I think it paused. As everyone, I'm doing well, Zippy. I hope you are as well. Welcome in. Always a pleasure. Alright, so I think this way is where we need to go. So we go all the way around the castle and then we have to break open a wall. Funny enough, I have a feeling that I had this exact same thing happen to me the last time I played this game. That was at this wall? No, next wall. Next part of the wall. Oops. This wall. There we go. But I think there might be one. Zol's okay. Usually it says a hi. Yeah, I know Zol said he's been very busy with work. Because you guys do have the Superb Owl happening tomorrow. Very exciting. Okay, I may be wrong on this because I'm not seeing a portal. I was kind of banking on the portal being up here, I'm not gonna lie. Where the heck is this portal? Looking for something that seems like I might have missed. Have we done that one? Let's find out. The path to the right. There are a couple. Oh, here we go. It's just here. Icy Speedway. Oh, that's why we didn't do this one, because you had to... You couldn't reach this one from that... So over there, we can't reach it from there. We had to do it from the roof. We only did the roof once, that's why we missed it. This is our final objective. Icy Speedway, let's go. Alright. Can we do it in one? Probably not. Probably not, but we'll give it a try. So this one we have paragliding, guys. Actually, we should probably be doing these guys backwards. Run into them rather than cheat. Cal! Hello, Cal! In the stream exists money. Thank you, Cal. Thank you for the bit. Okay, very good evening. You've had a great time. We are on our final level. This is the final level we need to do, and then we are done with the game. We've beaten the final boss, and we just get to see what our prize is for finishing everything. It is the end, yeah. But hey, that's perfect time to see everything. I think the Inklings are an objective, aren't they? Oh no, Hunter's in here. Okay. Well, we'll know that for later. I don't think we're doing this time. We have not made good time. I should take my leave. Always a pleasure. So you have a wonderful evening. Take care. Take that, Kyryushin. Oh. Yes, Scout Kyryushin. Oh, floodgate elsewhere. We don't want any. Kyryushin at home. FT, heck yeah! Stay warm. It's been a bit more mild over here. The cold has eased up a little bit, but it's still not pleasant over here. Yeah, we are definitely doing this first time. I've gotten so turned around. Oh, that's water. I didn't realize that was water. I actually thought that was I genuinely thought that was like a floor. Alright, let's try and do this in a more smart order. Take out these this way, so we're running into them instead of away from them. Or instead of chasing them, rather. Oh, okay. Rude. There we go. Out the dancers here. Have you shit here? Okay, don't know how that hit. That looked a bit janky to me, but I'll take it. Get these archers as well, because we missed them. Might have been an optimal path, but I feel like we're still doing okay on time, possibly. Oh shit. No. I bet doing 6-wing shades is now painful. Oh no. Oh, I appreciate this, guys. Yeah. Okay, so we've got like all the archers done, all the snowmobile guys done, most of the sea dragons done. Okay, that's the sea dragons done, it's just the dancers. Okay, we should have this time, I think. Oh yeah, we got it. Oh, this is easy actually, yeah. Heck yeah, easy every time. Literally the easiest objective in the game. Alright, that's the gems taken care of. We just got to find Hunter in that igloo again, and this will be the completion. He's over here. Bonk. Hello.
Good job, Spyro. Looks like you're ready for a more serious challenge. How about a little paragliding? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
I'm a dragon with wings, so no.
I'll tow you behind my snowmobile, and you maneuver through the rings. Don't miss any or we'll have to start over.
Alright, let's go. This control's really weird. Like, this is weirdly extremely responsive. It looks like it should feel really floaty, but it's actually, like, really snappy for some reason. Yeah, you only have horizontal controls in this. It's just left and right. So it's kind of easy, but it feels... This feels kind of weird to play, I'm going to be honest. It probably looks a bit weird to watch as well. Basically, the way this is actually controlling is think of it like having 3 lanes, like a left lane, a right... Oh, this one, dang it.
Hey, I heard...
Yeah, think of it as having like a left lane, a right lane, and a middle lane. If you hold left, you are in the left lane. If you hold right, you're in the right lane. If you are neutral, you're in the middle lane. That's how this controls. It's a bit weird, honestly. It's alright, though. I feel like, it doesn't feel bad to play. It feels much more snappier than... yeah. Much snappier than you'd expect this kind of vehicle to control. Jenkins rank. It's alright, it's not too bad. Okay, it doesn't control badly. It just feels a bit strange compared to how it looks. That was barely in, but we'll take it. Don't worry, for fans of rings, we will be seeing plenty more rings in Spyro 3. This is not the last we've seen of them.
Way to go, Spyro. You're even better than I am.
It's a very good thing that Hunter is wearing a hat and scarf because it's very cold. You know. Never mind the part of his body that is touching the ground. The feet. Still not wearing sneakers. Alright. So with that done, that is everything. 10,000 gems and 64 orbs. Let's go back to Dragon Shores and see what awaits us behind that door because I genuinely do not remember. We'll just walk from the guidebook. Could have done this all along, but you know. Sometimes it's about the journey, not the destination. Ripto with a gun. Ah yes, I remember now. 4 out efforts we unlock this. Permanent Super Flame. I don't know what we need this for. We're done with the game. But after going through that, we now permanently just have unlimited access to the Super Flame. Oh, infinite, yes, exactly. Yeah. So, like, I don't know, it's a really weird, like, reward, you know? On the one hand, like, it's kind of neat because, you get to play with, like, the power-up, but you don't need it. Like, you're done with the game. What's the point? It reminds me of something that Lord Helm said to me many years ago, and I don't have a good answer for. I was talking to him, we're talking back a long while ago now. We're talking about PS1 era. And I was talking to him about a video game where, like, you beat the game on the hardest difficulty and you get, like, a super powerful weapon, right? And he looks at me and he says, well, if you've beaten the game on the hard difficulty, why do you need the super powerful weapon? You've proven you don't need it. And I was just like, well, yeah, but, I don't have a good answer for this. It didn't have New Game Plus. No, this was way before New Game Plus was a really, like, standardized feature. But it's kind of true, right? Like, when you think about it, isn't it kind of a bit weird in a way that in a lot of games, even, like, really good games, the reward for beating the hardest challenge in the game is often something that makes the rest of the game easier. Even though, by virtue of you beating the hardest challenge in the game, you've proven you don't need the rest of the game to be easier. It's a weird kind of contradiction, and I don't have a good answer to it. Because what else would you give as a reward? Like, I guess you would give, like, a cosmetic or something, but... or short-sightedness in devs. I don't know, it's weird, because, like, people like getting the powerful weapons and the power-ups and whatnot. It's just one of those weird things. Like, it makes sense you should get something, but yeah, all the effort to make the game more easy. It's weird. It's kind of a weird kind of contradiction in design, but I don't know what the alternative would be, you know? It's like, you gotta give the player something for when they beat the optional super boss. You can't just not give them a thing, right? It's just a weird thing. You beat the game once, go through boss rush, get a new weapon, new save, have fun with busted off funny weapons. Yeah, that's, like, those sort of things are great. I love those sort of, like, new game pluses where you can do that sort of things, for certain. For more Kirby, fair. Well, the Wings of Third Age, you can see the next one, the Witch King, and then Morgan gets killed right after. Oh my god. Well, guys, we've done it. We have done everything. We had a quick game. Actually, let's exit the level. I think the game did autosave, but just in case it didn't. Heaven forbid we lose our save data and do another Crash Bandicoot 1. Summer Cruise gets Excalibur, also the huge rock that the sword is not worthy. That's really funny. But yeah, we're going to be wrapping up things. It's a slightly short stream. I only do about 3 hours. I know we normally go for about 4, but I think wrapping things up here seems appropriate. Let's have a look at our completion on the thing, and you can see here, Spyro 1 goes to 120%. Spyro 2 does cap at 100%. This one does not go higher. I wonder how high Spyro 3 will go. I think it does go over 100, but I don't remember for certain. 46 meters. Ah, yeah, right. Technically, yeah, because we did have a crash. We did have a crash. Well, not a crash, rather. We had a disconnect. Did you watch Castlevania on Netflix? I did not. I don't have Netflix, unfortunately, so I don't get a chance to see Netflix exclusives. Almost done with the trilogy, though, yeah. Year of the Dragon. Next week, we'll be tackling the Year of the Dragon, and it is the Year of the Dragon. So, Dog, we heard you like the Year of the Dragon, so we put Year of the Dragon in Year of the Dragon, so you can play Year of the Dragon in Year of the Dragon. Makes sense, right? Perfectly logical, perfectly reasonable. But yeah, so let's get ourselves over to the Happy Chinese New Year True, exactly, yeah. Year of the Dragon I've played. Year of the Dragon's pretty good. I think unlike Crash 3, I think Crash 3 is not as good as Crash 2. I want to say that I think Spyro 3 is better than Spyro 2. But I don't know for sure. That might be the nostalgia talking. We're going to be giving it a critical eye as we go through, but I mean, either way, they're still good. Well, tonight we're going to be wrapping up. We're going to go ourselves over to our chatting screen. We'll have a little chats to wind things down. I'm not going to lie, I didn't quite expect to be done with this one so quickly. But yeah, we're going to go over to our chatting screen. We'll have a little chat and, well, we all know who's getting raided because it's Saturday and it's one of the rare occasions we can raid her. But yeah, I'll catch you guys by the chat screen in a moment, so please keep your arms, legs, and assorted body parts clear of the closing doors, and I'll see you there in a moment. Alrighty guys, we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that. I've been having a hecking good time with this game. Really am enjoying the series a whole lot. Trevor explains vampires are advanced hunters and crosses were made in India. So if you ask why aren't Christian, Trevor goes, oh, they're advanced primal hunters. They see advanced geometric shapes and freak out. That's funny. Mr. Last moment nobody goes, that's okay, Kel. Well, small plug. All my streams will eventually make it to my YouTube channel. I do not do much else with my YouTube channel. It is basically a VOD archive. There is no real strict upload schedule for it. I just kind of upload when I find the time to, because I'm quite busy a lot of the time. But any of my streams that you have missed, if you would like to catch up on them, all the VODs do go up in full, unedited on the thing, for better or worse. So that does mean that all of the jank gets kept, but it also means that you don't miss anything. So if you would like to catch up with anything that you've missed, that's the best way to do so. Upload the Spyro trilogy backwards. No, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. But if you would like to get to look at my YouTube channel, it is linked in the About section below me. Yeah, I don't plug it super often because again, it really is just a VOD archive. It's mostly for my benefit more than anything. But yeah, I must just keep putting the fires. That's why she's always busy. Well, if someone didn't keep making fires, I wouldn't have to keep cleaning them up. I'm just saying, it's a vicious cycle, I'm afraid. But yeah, guys, we're going to be doing, we are going to be doing I haven't committed to my schedule yet. We are going to probably do a lighter schedule next week, though. Basically, as I explained earlier, but just to reiterate, next week I am actually on vacation. And last time I was on vacation, I just did my usual stream schedule. But I do kind of need a bit of break. My last vacation didn't really feel like much of a vacation because I was still doing my stream schedule, so I kind of had 3 days a week spoken for. But it's an awkward thing where because I stream late at night, during a regular week, it's fine because I'll get off work, get home, and then it's just get home, stream, excellent, that's great. When I'm off work, it's that feeling of, I've got to stream later, so I can't really commit to getting involved in any particularly long activities, you know? Beta is never done. You are correct. You are correct. But I am allowed a bit of time off. So I don't know what we're going to do with the schedule for next week. I may cut it down to maybe 2 or maybe 1 streams. We'll see. We'll see. I will certainly see you guys next week one way or another. And if nothing else, even if I do end up, which I don't think I will, but if I do end up taking the week off, if nothing else, I'll be in the Discord. You can always catch me there. And you know what? Hey, what a fun time to bring around the Discord plug. Yeah, here's a Discord plug. Again, if you're not in the Discord, feel free to join. Best way to keep up with what's going on, the schedule and whatnot. Horror game streams? I can't do horror games. I can't. The only games I can do for horror, the only horror game I do is like, if the horror is secondary. So I did do a stream, which, hey, is on my YouTube channel. I did do a stream in October of World of Horror, which is less of a horror game and more of an RPG with horror elements, I would say. That's how I look at it, at least. Luigi's Mansion? That would be okay. I don't really have a means of streaming that, unfortunately, though. Custom card creating stream? Maybe at some point doing like a viewer-submitted rate my custom card stream might be a fun one. But I think next week we will probably keep things a bit light. Hi-Fi Rush? Maybe. I watched Yomi play a little bit of that, and I don't know, it didn't really seem my kind of thing. I do like rhythm games, but I am very particular about the type of rhythm games I like, if that makes sense. Like, there are definitely rhythm games that I can enjoy watching, but don't necessarily like getting into, potentially. Rhythm DMC. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's more fun than I think it is. Just in my mind, when I look at Hi-Fi Rush, and don't get me wrong, I have heard nothing but good things about it from the people that have played it. So maybe I am just kind of overthinking it and reading too much into it. My concern is that the rhythm elements are going to get in the way of the action elements and vice versa. Like, for example, when it comes to action RPGs, I'm actually not a huge fan. I feel like in a lot of action RPGs cases, the RPG elements get in the way of the action elements and vice versa. It can be done correctly. Like, you can do a good mix. I think Kingdom Hearts was probably about as close to a good mix as you can get. But, let's play a fun little game for them. Let's pretend, here's a funny idea. Let's pretend that we live in a world where there's a 16th Final Fantasy game. Right? I know, crazy, right? That ridiculous idea. But let's just pretend that there's a 16th Final Fantasy game, that they didn't stop at 15. And that's just for a laugh. Let's pretend that in that game, that it was also an action RPG. In that hypothetical game, I bet it wouldn't feel good. I bet all of the RPG elements would feel really tacked on and would be just getting in the way of the action elements, right? No, there isn't. There is not a 16. That's what I'm saying. There is no Final Fantasy 16. They ended at 15. You know, they made Final Fantasy 14. You know, the critically acclaimed MMORPG, Final Fantasy 14. The one with the unlimited free trial goes up to level 70. Includes A Realm Reborn, the award-winning expansion Heaven's Ward, the award-winning expansion Stormblood, no limitation on playtime. You know, that one. They made that one. Then they made 15, and then for some reason they just didn't make a Final Fantasy 16. I don't know why. Final Fantasy 16. That's just a 10-2. Stratos. We do not slander 10-2 in this house. We stand 10-2 in this house. I have said it before. I will say it again, and I will continue to say this. I will die on this hill. Final Fantasy X-2 is a perfectly good game, whose only downside is that it's called Final Fantasy X-2. If you changed the characters in that game, it would be hailed as a cult classic. I stand by this. We have no way of proving this, because unfortunately, while multiverse theory cannot be proven or disproven at this time, we cannot venture to multiverses in either way. But that is my theory. I won't play it simply because of the name. Honestly, yeah, the name is bad. The name is terrible. The name does it a complete disservice. It's a stupid name. Final Fantasy 10 minus 2, 8 is just FF8. Well, I guess I can't argue with that, damn. Dang! You guys saw it here first. Robot made destroyed by facts and math. Damn! I'm not gonna lie, I don't like 8. FF8's not particularly fun. I want to like 8 really badly. Have you guys ever had that where there's a game or a movie or an anime or whatever, a franchise, a series, whatever, and you really want to like it because there's some things that it does that you think are really cool? Like in my case, FF8, I think the setting of 8 is really cool. Urban fantasy, like, you know, a world where guns and cars and phones exist, but also magic is a thing. That is like 110% my thing. I love that setting. That's one of my favorite things. Unfortunately, everything else about FF8 is kind of absolutely awful. I can't stand the gameplay of 8. It's the worst one in my opinion. FF8 has good characters, just the gameplay is crusty, of course, because they're trying to move her. Exactly, yeah, it really is. So here's the thing, they try something different. And I can't be mad that they tried something different. I can be mad that that's something they tried out ended up being absolute bad. Like, it didn't pay off. I respect the effort, but it didn't pay off. FF8 is fine, just takes the fun out of it when you need to break it to enjoy it. The problem I have is that, like, that's kind of what the game is designed around. Like, they tell you to break the game. They shove the junctioning system in your face, you know, and that's kind of the problem. Like, that's how you are designed to play the game, by breaking it. And for me, honestly, there isn't like one change you could do in FF8. And you know, there's probably okay, fair enough, lights out, guys, fair enough. There's probably a mod for this, I wouldn't be surprised, but there is one change you could do to FF8 to immediately make it a far more playable game. And it probably wouldn't even require much effort if you were going to mod this. And it's very simple. Literally, just the following change. When you draw magic, you draw a full stack of 100 magic. I like the little, like, my lore. Dark. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, if drawing magic was not a tedious chore, 8 would probably be more playable. I don't know that it would make it good, but it would certainly go a long way towards making it not bad, if that makes sense, you know? It would do a lot to make the game more mediocre, as opposed to just being the worst one. It is an actual mod, I think. I would not be surprised, honestly. If I ever do get round to doing 8, which I might do, I don't know, I would probably look for a mod like that, just because I think I would need that to not go insane playing that game. Yeah, 8 is just a whole bag of questionable design choices in my mind. Which again is a shame, because I love the setting. Like, it's the only actually, it's one of 2 fantasy games that's done that correctly. So, obviously you've got, like, FF7 is a modern setting, but in my mind, FF7 is kind of more of diesel punk, as opposed to, like, modern. FF15 is kind of too modern and not enough fantasy. Like, yeah, there's magic and stuff in that game, but you don't see an awful lot of it. Like, it's kind of more shown as something that most people don't really interact with. I like magic settings where magic is everywhere and everyone uses it. I want a setting where in your phone book you have your plumber, you have your doctor, you have your dentist, and you have your local white mage. You know, that sort of combination of modern and magic. 10 reasons why Bagoose isn't an e-hero. 1 to 10. Wake up your e-hero. True. It also needs dystopian steampunkish. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. It's like steampunk, diesel punk. I think more diesel punk than steampunk, but yeah. FF8 is one of 2 that did it right. The other one that has that perfect combination in my mind of kind of modern and fantasy, and admittedly, this also does. This is slightly less modern. This is kind of a slightly more old style one. Even though I don't think the game's that good, Final Fantasy Type 0 has a very cool setting as well, which I would love to see more of. You don't have your local Infernal Warlock, it's not worth playing. Exactly. Steam, diesel, same stuff, I cook my spaghetti in both. I have several questions. Let's think if FF15 was an FF14 boss and the crossover with Turn Battle. True, yeah. The crossover with FF14 was pretty good. Even the 14 side of thing, like, I didn't really care for 15 much, I'll be real. But the crossover with 14 was really nice because it gave everyone access to a 4-man mount, which was quite handy. Anyone down doing some 14 streams? I'm sure we'll do it at some point, but I don't know. I'm kind of worried that if I did stream 14, it wouldn't be that interesting to watch. But then again, you guys were enjoying the Master Duel streams when I was just doing ranked, and I was worried that wouldn't be interesting to watch, so maybe I just have a bit of a warped idea over what would be interesting to watch. Don't worry, like FF3, your 7 questions will get 1 hour of emphasis, 3 half-assed. Yeah, fair. Honestly. Guys, right, so we're gonna wrap things up pretty much now-ish. We're a bit of a shorter stream, 3 hours 20 according to my timer, but that's fine. We wanted to wrap things up, and we did. Next time we start up our RPG day. RPG day's already a different day. When we do our platformers, we'll be tackling the Spyro 3, Return of the Dragon. And I will be making sure to bust out some better dragon jokes for it. 1 hour stream. Yeah, I'm sorry. It shows 3 hours 20 on my end because of OBS, because I never actually on my end, I never ended the stream because I didn't want to split the VOD. But yeah, Twitch probably does think it's a 1 hour stream. I'm sorry, but you know, it is what it is. As always, guys, if you're not in the Discord already, feel free to join. Best way to know when we're going live and what we'll be doing, especially because next week's schedule might be a little bit of a different one. We'll see. Otherwise, if you're not following me on Twitter, you can also do that. That's kind of... Twitter's kind of secondary, honestly, to the Discord. I kind of just use that as another announcement thing, honestly. Spyro 4 is a good day to Spyro. That'd be great. I honestly... okay. I know it's about ending things, but I will talk on this. Crash Bandicoots. Crash 4, It's About Time. Okay game. Not incredible, but okay. I would love them to do a Spyro 4. Get on that, guys. Come on, get... I know that Toys for Bob have been confined rather to the Call of Duty Gulag. Come on, guys. Bust out of there, make Spyro 4. Do it. You know you want to. But anyways, guys, with that in mind, we're going to be raiding into Yomi, because of course we're raiding into Yomi, because I want to give Yomi support. Yomi's been trying really hard. She's really trying hard for her partner push. So if you guys wouldn't mind sticking around for the raid and giving us some love when we get there, I would appreciate it, and she would definitely appreciate it. She's actually doing a big subathon next week as well. So, any love we can give her would be great. So, we're going to do our perfectly normal maid raid in lowercase because it is... she's doing ASMR right now. And again, I appreciate if that's not necessarily everyone's thing. I'll admit, it's not necessarily my thing. But, again, I just want to give her as much love as we can and much... I want her to get partner. She's so passionate about this that she deserves it. Oh no! Shoot the timing, yeah. I'm sorry, Viking. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll muddle about a bit. We can fess that. Spyro 5, the Helm of Dragon-Chan. I should make a helmet for Spyro. He should have a helmet. At the end of the day, wearing armor is definitely better than not wearing armor, right? Got to wear it all the time. That is now over. Okay. Yeah, I apologize for that. I usually try to keep track of the ads and try and wrap things up before they're going to be relevant, but I lost track a little bit. Admittedly, the stream hiccup did kind of cause some issues with that. So yeah, guys, when we get to Yomi's perfect normal raid made, we're going to do lowercase so that we can not ruin the vibes of the ASMR that she's doing today. No, yeah, perfectly normal. What would not be normal about it? Is there something abnormal going on? Is it up here? Down there? What, did you put something here that's abnormal? Oh. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I was going to turn them out anyway, but... okay, so when we get to Yomi's, please give us some love. If you wouldn't mind, if you're not aware, apparently Twitch lets you lurk in 2 streams and count as a viewer. If you're not doing anything, if you're not necessarily listening, giving Yomi a lurk would mean a lot to me. So thank you all for being here. Hope to see you all again very, very soon. Sorry for the technical hiccup again. It is what it is. But otherwise, I hope to see you all again very, very soon. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure to serve you. Give Yomi our love when we get there, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.